It's time to
That was quick. All right, I'm up. I'm up.
Get the fuck
There's a
up.
werewolf.
Get up. Get up. Get up.
You're in the way.
Let's go back to the Ozix.
Alright.
Do we
Alright,
start
so,
in the
everyone gathered?
I need to
Alright.
react to that.
We're in the adequate amount of people. Can everyone hear me, by the way, before I continue?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally.
Yeah. Adequate amount of people, you can start and get into positions.
I have a question real quick.
What up, my good bitch?
What?
Am I allowed to act on everything I see in every comm channel as a head of a department?
Yes.
Okay, so I do have access to all of them, just as you do?
Yes.
This
Yes.
is what... Okay, good.
Here we go.
I am fucking... Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Friendship.
That sounds mildly concerning.
Well, fine. This is fine.
Friendship fall.
Unless you can see the channel, it ain't...
Yeah.
$2.99. I'm so sorry.
There's only one channel I can see, and it's been pretty quiet.
It's supposed to be 2 pages.
I am not taking off.
My channels are fine.
Headphone mode this entire thing.
Yeah, it's a bit rambunctious.
Complimentary cat plushie?
Angie. No talk me, Angie.
Dude, let me stand the fuck up.
Alright.
I want to think that's in character.
You know, one of these days I actually have to take a picture so I can do Echo's first post to Metagram, but I always forget to take pictures when I'm in VR.
We just have a photo shoot night. We should do that.
I finally came up with a perfect username for him, Maids of a Feather. Or maid
Hello.
Maid of a Feather. But
Hi.
It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
Yo. Why?
Hell.
Huh?
Are you okay?
Freaking out.
Because there's 2 people that I know here.
Come now, darling.
Make
In
it
front of the newcomers.
Hey, sometimes.
Are you okay?
Enjoy yourself tonight.
What?
Now
What?
it is a party.
I do have to get some attention out of
I'll
the
try.
Hey, Maz.
Why are you here for starters?
There seems to be newcomers. I'll have the cookies out early today. Kise.
I'll try.
You know my answer.
I'm gonna go see the coffee machine.
Oh, wonderful.
I mean,
It does work. At least Wolfram knows how to use it.
Supposed to be a relationship place.
I mean, technically, but that's not its only purpose.
And I didn't have time to drop my stuff off. Also, my suit's at the tailor.
As long as okay.
I'm gonna get out of the doorway.
As long as
Oh, yeah.
first things first. Come on through. Come on through. Come on through. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Hello, darlings.
Feel free
Welcome.
to take a cookie
Hi.
if you would like one.
Hey, they're rolling.
I bake them personally, so you're more than free to take 1 or 2 if you'd like.
Thank you.
I'm going to have the rest of them if you do not take them.
I don't know your
My name is
name.
Echo.
So please do not take them.
Oh, thanks.
Perhaps
Echo.
one chatty.
And thank you for the compliment. Being called Miss is a great deal.
Wait. Why did you say it like that?
Because I'm a guy.
Think about it.
I'm gonna.
Oh.
I don't blame people for thinking that I'm a miss, though. Most people think that all harpies are females.
She's the prettiest princess there.
I mean. You're the pretty princess.
Besides me, yes. That is obvious,
Go
Jaden.
talk to him for a minute.
Okay. But I can at least speak. You're allowed to wear your armor here.
Also,
Just don't
Kami
turn
is
your
a step
weapon,
up, I
please.
would think.
I promise the thing will. The thing's locked to my back. It's not going anywhere.
Okay, good. As long as you don't do that, and you don't give our lovely security member with the eye patch over there any problems, you're free to wear.
He might be shorter than us, but I can't say he can and will kick both our asses.
Oh, yeah.
I've already
Yes,
learned don't
I mean,
underestimate anyone.
technically
So.
speaking, You were right.
Yeah, that's
Our guild meetings here our guild does help foster relationship interspecies and honestly just normal relationship healthy things to know. Things to know for a healthy relationship. Obviously, like I said, the original reason was interspecies, but we don't. We're fine with everyone as long as you don't mean harm to anyone else. But also my goal for these meetings, have a nice relaxing time as opposed to the craziness that happens everywhere else.
There's so many mercenary guilds and adventuring, beating things up, monster hunting.
I will say, there is alcohol down by the pool and on the top floor. Drink in moderation.
I'm good.
What kind of
Andrew, don't
moderation?
overdo
'Cause,
it.
I need like 4 bottles to feel something.
Oh.
It's nothing like fairy wine or anything like that. It's just rum, whiskey, things like that.
Still a lightweight.
Things a normal human.
Oh, yes, I know.
Okay.
Since we are renting this hotel.
Well, I mean, I can still enjoy whiskey without getting drunk. So.
Yeah, feel free to enjoy the place, mingle, meet new people. As I said before, my name is Echo. If you need anything whatsoever, feel free to find me. And also, don't feel bad that you called me a she. It's fine.
I'm
For me,
I'm
it
just
is.
kind of new here.
He takes it as a
Oh,
compliment.
no, you're fine. No, for me, it legitimately is a compliment.
Yeah. I mean, it's more, a lot more than just that, but yeah.
So, though, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to find me or any of our other lovely members.
Indeed.
Especially these two. These two will gladly answer your questions.
Of course.
Yeah.
A treasure trove of knowledge.
That's why Spirit is here. To stop the stupid shit from happening. Do you want it all? I'm sorry, I've been keeping you waiting.
Guess I'll go explore around.
Turn around.
Well,
Yes, do feel
guess I
free.
shall explore as well.
Something I want to talk with I see how the
And enjoy those cookies, okay?
analysis
Oh,
of
you
those
can also
Oh, dear.
moving along. Enjoy yourself tonight, okay, dear?
no idea what's going on. I'm out of the loop.
Are you doing okay? Jane is already in there.
Send them more, darling.
Would you like some cookies?
I think he went downstairs.
Maybe later.
I think he went downstairs.
Where did you say Jaden was?
There's a pool downstairs.
Him just
Back near the coffee
Over by the
machine.
coffee machine.
And a bar.
Thank you.
Downstairs.
Hi, Kise.
You know, I forgot the most important part is that if people wish to spend the night here, we've technically rented out the whole hotel until tomorrow midday.
But yeah, to
Yes,
answer your
especially for
question,
all that alcohol
yeah,
that they
we
will
found several,
most certainly
uh,
not be drinking
several
out
new
of
items
moderation.
on our, little
Yeah, I'll be able to mention it. Yeah. Are you going to drink it?
I did call dibs on
Any?
1 or 2, but one specific piece. But I
You
said
know
that
me
they
by
would
now.
come
Is there
in
actually a way to get you
and do,
drunk?
like the proper check, make
Oh,
sure
yes,
actually
it just
drunk,
does
'cause-
not last as long because it gets converted.
That's right. That I forgot if it was you can't get drunk or you can, but it just doesn't really last.
It does not last too much, but Ellis made things worth it. I'm not going to just not have the experience.
Where'd it go?
That would have been no good.
You should try. You should try edibles one day. It's actually,
Oh, I already have.
in
with
my
Jane.
opinion, a bit better than getting drunk. Good.
No, actually, no,
In
no,
my
no, it
opinion,
was
it's
with,
better than alcohol.
Zante actually brought some a couple weeks ago.
Hey, man. Bloody duck. Oh, I see. This was black.
I haven't had any in years since
Perhaps he
college.
shall bring some more, though he may be more interested in making sure that his friend is all right.
How'd you sleep?
So right now, I'm on the shift.
Yes, dear.
Though I should probably stay here just in case anyone else comes. I don't know what I'm.
There you go, stressing out about things that may or may not happen.
It's caffeine glory.
It's because I need more help.
We ran out of coffee.
Yes. Have you got no more maids?
The shade's sleeping currently. I found a couple, but
I know what I do.
security's been the one primarily getting new people. Security and engineering. Because most people are either artisans or you know how people are around here. Talk, I mean, fist first. talk second when it comes to
Yes, very much
specialties.
so. Hmm.
I think if you come over here next
Maybe
time,
later I will get out of the flesh
No, I-
golem and transmute the case for the maid outfit again. It has been a while.
Legitimately be awful.
That's up to you.
recording, right?
Or if you want, we can just get you a maid outfit for your flesh golem.
Well, that as well, yes.
Oh, I thought
You know I don't mind shopping trips.
Good.
I'm
very literal. I forget everything, everyone, and
Okay.
shit if you
I'm
tell
just
me.
going to stand there
Unless you tell
brooding.
me multiple times, I
You're
will
welcome.
probably forget.
It was more that I had both of them at the front area, and I didn't.
I'm doing my job.
Panning into the first person I saw.
Yes, darling, but you do your job every week. It isn't been this broody.
Car accident.
I did
but
sleep.
Anyway.
These are
What are
permanent.
the darks?
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
These are.
I have to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Little while for them to just fade away.
What in the world happened?
So at the moment, they're a little bit more permanent than just getting a few nights good sleep. It's more caused by stress.
I was gonna say, be less stressed.
I trust I's judgment, but it's
In her cohort
not a call I would have made.
last week.
Holy hell.
I know. I saw them.
Oh, adding.
Do we have any more leads on that?
My name's Pal.
Not at the moment. Amanda has the most.
From the way they talk, they seem absurdly headstrong and potentially reckless.
I'll try to.
Sorry.
Well, what is the term that they use nowadays about judging books by their cover, that sort of thing? At least give her a bit of time. If she starts doing things that have troublesome connotations, then yes. But until then, it is simply speculation, right?
See, and this is why I have my own.
Pull me away to talk about the thing we.
Oh, it's right there.
A gut feeling.
Yeah, just
Hmm.
I didn't order
give
it.
me like 15, 20 to put
Oh,
my
is he having
Oh,
problems
this
with
is the
your
one I
gut?
ordered.
brain.
No, you're good. That's why I said when it's comfortable for you. Pull me away.
Trying to get away from the brain and start raining.
Exactly.
Let's keep falling.
That is.
You have to make it better somehow, yes.
Fuck's sake, I hate this.
Still pretty new here.
You're not allowed to do that. Not while I'm broody.
myself. Name's Mayday.
Is that a challenge?
Also, you can tell me you're wingmanning for Mayday.
No, just a statement.
I know you do Mayday.
Hmm.
Kitchen chick.
Same difference.
I'm doing okay.
Love you.
I mean, I
Love you too.
visit every now and
I
then.
can do far better when you have
on,
broody, my love.
like, usually
So
on
what's the
Monday,
game plan
for
today?
time
Sit and
club.
vibe, socialize,
Yeah,
like usual.
yeah, no real plan today.
You're distracting me from my job. How dare you?
Ah, yes, I am the distraction. That is my job.
Galactic, but was mad that she couldn't claw or bite the blizzards.
How dare you?
Nice place. My first
Oh,
time.
you gotta
here.
pick out guys.
Coming by.
Yeah, no, she that's why she was a
Yeah.
pickaxe
Oh,
warrior.
I
first
always
time
get
I
the shaky head.
How's it going?
With,
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Oh, no, you are.
Yeah,
You doing okay? Well, come on in. Sorry for
I'm
the
doing okay.
Not really, no.
short rubs.
That is what I thought.
That night.
Oh, hello, darling.
Yep, I remember that.
It's still though this place doesn't accommodate some of you and all members because it's
I really need to stop
human made.
talking myself too much.
Not our main guild
Yeah, you
hall,
do.
our main
Not much we
guild
can do.
hall is actually undergoing
There's always something in one place or another. Once the guild hall is created, we shall have no problems whatsoever, but that is still quite in the works.
Cases we kind of jump between. We like coming here because.
Good to see you again.
Yeah,
Oh! It has been.
Progress is progress, no matter how small.
it's good. It's good.
Yes, it has.
People will slowly.
Well, at least
Well,
not
for
in-
you at least.
Well,
But I'll be
it has been some time not seeing you in some sort of cape.
Okay.
Well, in a very tight suit.
I'm gonna go the other floors and go
That one! Yeah, cloak.
Wish I had some other clothes to
I
bring.
consider that a cloak.
Busy.
I don't think I have much any other clothes.
But yeah,
No, I would
get
think
you. It's
not.
that time of the year. It's the busier season.
I don't think
I
you
do
Yes, those seem
Do not miss not being able to go before.
rather seemed uncomfortable.
Aggravating.
Can't be any weirder than mine.
Wow, that sounds awfully familiar.
Well, I hope the winter gets better.
Yeah, she was quite fond of it.
It's a literary genre.
What?
Means another world.
Nothing
he's
at all.
got his shaking head.
Oh. That's what I am.
I'm trying to keep him from becoming too
very
rude
least.
each day.
I hope that you can still relax while you're here.
Here. Random event.
Usually these
Who's
little just ambience for all the work that I'm typically doing.
I'd like to think so.
That's why you'll probably
You cannot see it so much.
Partially.
however.
Seems like everyone's dying around here.
Staring off.
He has to.
That's for you to relax by the pool. There's a nice little upstairs area that you're able to go into through the elevator. And there's some nice feel free to relax, rest,
But somehow it was not wrong.
do what you need.
It wasn't wrong, but still they were staring at them and just big fish out the water. And you see I know them.
No, there's.
I'm
You are.
not surprised.
Wait, fairies are real?
As long as it worked. And technically it was not inaccurate.
The guild I mentioned earlier, Stardust, is situated in the face.
No, but I guess I blame the coat or the
The bear globe.
the bear.
Let me give you this little
Yes.
statement. If you've seen it on like a movie or a television show,
Well,
or
obviously
Oh.
need something a bit
chances
more
are it exists in
casual.
some form or fashion.
Because
in
this
this
seems a bit much for the meat rack.
Yeah, that's a phrase. That's a phrase that my guild master.
I have an idea.
Staff member. I
Not
suppose,
cargo shorts!
loves to say is.
I no longer have an idea.
That is what I thought. Especially not a penny pack.
Can dress however you like, knowing that Meatback needs an eye at it. I walk around here full-size, full armor. Doesn't faze them anymore.
You see, that is fine. But then you just have to worry about you apparently know everyone. Though it is true, so far. Though I do not believe that you have met the one that I met the one time in Meat Rack. That had the similar tattoo.
Ooh,
I have not
similar
seen them again
tattoo.
since.
Who's also a
I do not remember what they called themselves, but
This is a
they at least seemed to know. I believe it was a patron.
The security cops.
I'll have fun.
I just saw them hanging around that gym once or
I mean,
twice.
I hadn't played on it yet anyway, so it's fine.
Which one of them bikers did?
Until I saw
Most probably.
There's a gang in the city at their very
I've had like.
They like the aesthetic.
Thank you. Also, it is
Ah.
behind you. Those wall scrolls. Inaccurate.
Practice and originate, but others have kind
I'm
of
choosing to ignore
latched
them.
on.
I'm just choosing to not see them.
What were their names?
Yeah, you can choose to ignore them.
They called themselves
You're safe.
Sorry, it's just
Sons of Odin or something like that.
the main.
Yes, that sounds familiar.
Of course.
Something's common with Kise over there.
What?
The
I hear my name.
That is walking towards us?
summoned
What?
and she arrives.
Yes,
Saying
I'm a
that,
colleague.
saying that someone here has a similar language base to you.
Wait, a communist? Aren't those like gods?
Oh yes, I am a spirit.
Like I said, if you've heard of it, if you've read about it, chances are it exists in form or fashion.
Kumagami. That's the
Yes,
one.
I am Kumagami.
Run around doing terrible things.
Yes, it does. The flux is terrible sometimes.
The flux.
Yeah, one of my friends is a slime goddess.
Oh, yes, Sue!
Oh, Sue!
Yeah, she's one of our members.
Oh.
Yeah, she was also a member of Stardust, but then shenanigans.
Oh, yes, I've heard about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that guild.
Oh, yes. Apparently so, for everyone that comes around here. Oh, were you one of those that were isekai?
Could be worse.
Apparently I
Yeah,
am.
talking about that.
Ah.
We had to tell her what isekai was.
Apparently they apparently suffered the death and rebirth isekai.
Oh, well, I'm told that, well, aside from here, where people are very happy to explain some things for you, there is actually an entire city with a department dedicated simply to people who have been isekai'd, because so many people end up there. It is called Orlando Saka.
Huh.
Indeed, they have
How did I know?
plenty of services for people such as yourself to help you out.
Someone else gives my answer finally.
I'll have to go check it out one day. Who knows? Maybe if what he says is true, I'll find some fiction I really like Digimon.
Oh yes,
Digimon is fun.
Pokemon. So I would not be surprised.
Orange juice.
The fuck's a Pokemon?
Last week has been
It's like a Digimon, but not made out of data.
you coming over.
Easiest way to... basically, Digimon, if they weren't in a digital landscape.
Understandable.
I know you want to.
There are several people here who are Pokemon trainers, who have several Pokemon of their own.
Yes, it is a bit.
Companions.
Oh,
It's something.
I thought you were gonna wanna hit
I'll have to check out this Orlando Saka one day.
Yes, I don't think I would be able to do that myself. Especially if they're doing good.
People tend to go.
Want to, so.
I'll have to check it out then.
But then, what we feel better then.
Oh, slightly less broody, see? Thank you for the help.
Long enough, you'll probably see a couple of Pokemon wandering around. Kind of out and explore from time to time.
So that means it is working. You shake some
Well, you
head.
should have seen me when I first started coming around. I talked to nobody. Just kinda sat there staring. For the first 6 months.
It's a small round.
Oh, look at you, Don. Much faster than it.
That's why they're experimental. They're supposed
Yeah.
Well, I can't help it when you force me to talk to you every day.
Once you start using
Well,
the
yes.
Metaverse,
Again,
things
my
start
job.
making a lot more sense.
lost their lives valiantly in the heart of battle. Got it. Okay.
I suppose.
Job security for the other.
If you have a cell phone or some sort of...
Never heard that phrase, job security keeps you, working. Who's here for that?
Oh, I do suppose so, but that is why I have many a job. Call me Swithika's
I'm also, I guess, more or less mercenary when I'm not doing this.
Figured out a workaround for the mana.
Changed a lot when I got here when I
Prefer the term freelancer.
changed my entire interface on stuff popped
Yes, I was looking for a better term. Freelancer would probably be favorable than mercenary. Mercenary has a negative connotation to it.
Is that what your friends use? Freelancer?
Removes the subject of morality from it.
Yes. I'm not sure, honestly, what they use. They just call themselves Cardi Corp.
You did mention something about security, so... But it seems to do
Yes.
Security firm. So they're like
Yes.
business than anything.
Technologically advanced, magically advanced.
I do suppose.
And generally, private security is looked upon more favorable than mercenary.
Well, understandable.
Depends where it is, however.
A kind of magic.
Fair enough.
Oh yes, I suppose everyone loves the mercenaries in the Night City I heard about back in Oros.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I know Angel said she had. Well,
Most terrible people. You said they could simply go up and touch someone and take their horn or something, or scale. Back in their hometown. You are not in your hometown. This is Oro City. They apparently have laws for that. It was ridiculous. Poor Snake.
My senses are.
One want to show off something. I don't wish to call that skill, but that's just.
Yes, it was ridiculous.
That's
I gave him a piece of my mind.
Well, if they're as dumb as I think they are, then they probably planned on taking whatever it was, claiming they took it off of a dragon, made themselves look better than they actually were.
Oh, could they have been a part of that cult?
Highly doubtful. Because from what I understand, they move in groups.
I do suppose so. Right, we are not allowed to talk about that stuff here.
The best thing to do is to figure out what your affinity is.
Piss me off.
I have no idea.
No, we're just not allowed to talk about illegal things.
I did give you an earful yesterday about that.
Oh, yes,
Indeed you did.
Seems like most of what I heard from Fleeson and the others there. Perhaps a bit more.
Fleece, aids a town. I do the, less, savory side of our business with them. With this situation.
Less savory, that is a good way to put it.
I mean, there's plenty of places you can go to.
That also sounds like
necessary,
sweet.
just not enjoyable.
One place I would recommend is,
Which is funny, considering unsavory seems more like sweet, which is enjoyable in its own right. I suppose it depends on the person.
Like to say it, what's that phrase? Scratches the itch. That's an easy fix. So to speak.
No,
The aggressive types and they don't like being calm for too long. So giving them something to throw at is beneficial for their minds.
No, I completely understand that.
Oh, thank God you're not leaky.
Sometimes it's hard sitting still, doing paperwork.
You get restless.
Yes.
So what you were saying is I need to make sure you're not still for too long. I can do that.
Different kind of restless, my dear.
I suppose so.
When you spend most of your life fighting, every now and again, you just feel the need.
Oh, is that what all the biting is about?
No.
Noted.
You sound fine to me. But
No, he was going back to. Oh, I get the shaky head.
Just me question.
Yes, yes, you do.
I'm enjoying it myself personally.
See, he understands.
I'm just not used to it, and I don't think I ever will get used to it.
That is good. Keeps you on your toes, darling.
Just enjoying the ear scratches.
The overstimulation that
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Though, if you do want to assist with our problem, we do need to get you better equipped.
Oh, I suppose so. That was no fair.
Hi,
They
Miss Kise.
jumped out of nowhere. Oh dear.
Sorry if I'm interrupting a conversation. If I am, tell me to fuck off. Okay. I had. You remember that project I was telling you that Jaden was testing? The jewelry.
Oh yes.
The one that increases sensitivity goes
Does it
along with the
work?
music and has a vibrating function. It works, however, his specific affinity with lightning magic fried it, so I'm working on the contingency to fix it.
That's just a default hose.
Only 4 of the 8 malfunctioned and stopped working, so the other 4 were perfectly functional. I'll be working on that later. I'm already working on a way to fix the... Yes. I wanted to approach you to see if you were willing to test it, because I need people with different magical affinities to see which one disrupts what function.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Alright, understood. I'll get another set of 8 prepared, and I'll let you know when they're ready. Would you like them gold-plated or platinum?
Fruity.
It's
Soda. More soda.
Yes, the jewelry.
Plated or platinum?
It doesn't look like there's food in there.
Gold or platinum, my dear.
I believe I would have to go platinum, considering
Excuse
the
Echo, do you happen to have any food on you? We have Hungry Goblin.
But yes, I'm sorry, but that's going to not protect you. Should.
No, it is not. Luckily, this is just a flesh golem now. So I absolutely had to. I guess another one.
Soda tide you over? Or cookies?
We're getting one.
Yes, but I would assume that are expensive.
I suppose the whalers did work for free, so it was helpful. And he does already have the DNA now that he's
Oh, without a doubt, it'll be expensive. Oh, without a doubt, the producing these will be expensive, but Mr. Thorgar's footing the bill, so it's fine.
Oh, see that as well. Well, this, we were talking about my flesh golem.
I tried asking her to get she didn't say.
Brain fart.
There's nothing that we can do at the moment. Just make sure that she has a good time.
Thorgar. Putting that interesting.
Alright. That would allow you to interact with them.
Probably supplying the metal.
Or if you
Most definitely. After recent expeditions I've heard about, they've uncovered,
At the very top one of the rooms. If you find it.
Dwarven
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gold mine.
Well, that's good news for Thorgar.
Yeah, down in the
Oh,
pool.
indeed. He's branching out.
I think the same man has a monopoly, but,
He probably.
no other way of describing it at this rate.
Well, good for him.
He makes good alcohol.
Alright.
Oh, indeed, if it works for you.
Guess they're heading down to the pool.
Are you
Indeed it does, even if it's the faintest of tastes. It's still something. And he has been assisting with...
I'm fine for a joke.
Yes, I know.
You never wish to use the spell.
But yeah, I can definitely,
Once again, food will be ready in 30 minutes.
Because I don't feel the need to taste the food anymore. I've had
You say, but
25
the face
years
you made
to-
when we blessed that cheesecake, my love.
Okay, so apparently they come with their own personal sense bar.
Yes, after 25 years of not tasting anything, and it being a very holy, blessed cheesecake, thrice over, yes, it was very delicious.
Oh yes, it was incredible. We had a couple children from, what was that, Church of, what was St. Jerome or something like that come by the guild meeting the other day? One of them brought cheesecake. Oh yes!
Yes.
I've worked with them before. They're fantastic people.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yes, very friendly.
Fan of, holiness as much.
video I saw.
It were lots of work, but,
I don't know if he actually did it, but
fantastic. They sometimes come by Orlando Soccer with
who was
those stands for the cheesecake and sell it on the street.
Oh yeah, she brought one upstairs. It was
Yeah, this-
wonderful. And then the three of us all blessed a cheesecake together. It works for me.
anything though.
They wanted to see if I could taste it, and yes, I could.
His face was adorable.
A good time to step away from
Yeah?
all this
I do.
information.
Decelerate my brain
I
for a
want to
minute.
know.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cassidy and them are out and about still. They were always
Is that what
sent out for work.
overstimulation is?
Ah,
yes, they seem to very much enjoy their time here, from what I could gather.
it certainly looked like it. Good for them.
Yeah, that's good.
By the way, do remember
They're very
there are other
confused
floors
about
that you
things,
can all
so
talk
I do
on.
not
Don't
believe
just
anyone
speak
properly told them
in
about our guild
the
before
lobby.
they sold here.
Explore.
Yes, you think that eyes would have taken care of that, but
Yes, at least they were fine with it.
I was going to ask you.
We did not scare them away, and we had a wonderful cheesecake.
I think they just didn't think.
None of it, because someone ate them all.
You know how some people assume the worst of our guild?
Yes. It gets very
I
frustrating.
think they were on the opposite end of the spectrum. I don't think they thought we dealt or traded in, you know.
Yes. That is adorable.
Okay.
Anyway, what have you been doing, Echo?
Look at that. Most people are gone.
I've
You
been
do not have to
fine.
stand in one place, my love.
Good.
They only realized that because I went over and told them that they don't have to just sit in the lobby and talk. Like there's a whole hotel that they can go talk in. I think if I hadn't
Yes.
actually intervened, they would have just sat there the entire night.
Well, perhaps, yes. It is quite a nice place.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Although there may be someone who would be interested in speaking to you about certain things.
Oh, yes! That is right.
Zante.
You seemed quite curious.
I recognize the name, but I can't put face to it, I think.
He was much shorter. He has gotten a bit larger. With,
He was also there at the.
Shit. Oh, that's where's the party?
I know now.
Over there.
Oh, does he have two different color eyes?
I believe so. He was also cursed by that
I
thing. He had a bit of a skull
he
mask
was-
or something like
yes.
that going on.
Yes, I know something. Apologies, with my line of work, I've met so many people. Takes me a little bit to...
Of course. I just remember because it's on
You're completely fine. But he ended up approaching us about certain events, and we have decided to assist. I think you could be, or you would be, also interested.
Fuck it, why not?
I need to
Gets me away from desk longer. I'll take it.
key to the room
Excuse this ring.
so I can go change clothes to go to the
See, I can understand why
Oh,
anyone would think that you two know each other. Just perfect, exactly the same.
Room 2.
How many times have I heard him say, I need to get away from this desk and this paperwork?
Look, trading agreements is very difficult when you haven't actually been back to the village you're supposed to be setting things up for.
Yes. That is why we...
And having to work through my sister as a proxy, though that
I guess
still
that
is...
has changed now, has it not, given certain circumstances?
Yes. And I may have paid some people to look over the village, get a second opinion.
Really? These your friends?
Yes. No, unsavory types.
You're sending bandits to your own village, my love.
More or less.
Like you stated before, the island that the village is on is mostly uninhabited and unexplored, and rather hostile. Consider it a bit morbid, but I wouldn't want to send friends to take a look around. Rather send someone that, God forbid, something happens.
I suppose so. Expendable.
Yes. And if I get a report back from them, that's good, but I don't expect getting one back.
Ah, I see. One of those missions.
Yes, call it killing two birds with one stone. Yes.
Very well. So you've simply been working on paperwork since, well, the post-Halloween shenanigans.
During Halloween, I took medical leave. Due to the curse, I didn't want to conduct any serious work while not quite being myself. So it
Completely
was
understandable.
delegated, but there were some things that only I could really handle.
I see. So catching up on things, I had to do the same. I had so many orders of Kisame to do after I got my mana back. I finally caught up. As I wore down the flesh golem several times.
Though I suppose we could go downstairs or upstairs and have a seat instead of forcing Echo to be in here.
Oh, yes. Oh, where did Echo go?
I thought I'd...
That's where I heard them.
I was going to say, I swear they were right there a second ago.
Oh, something the matter, Jaden?
Nope. Caffeine.
Ah. Let's see, Echo's not even around, so. And Jaden is on caffeine.
Oh no.
Who do you
Why...
think? Pull the roof.
Why do I not like that? I have no preference.
Oh, we can see where all the people are.
Several have went to the pool. I think some are talking.
Oh, yes.
Well, it is. Oh no, apparently that was a terrible lie. Ah, at least one.
Oh, you have no idea. Some of the paintings in this place are unsettling, to say the
There you
least.
go. Oh, very much so.
Bring some energy back.
The paintings in here are strange. Sometimes.
Small dog. It
Okay,
horrifying.
okay.
The
We're in
basement is
There's one of them.
weird paintings.
Yeah, there's like 8 or 9 down in the basement.
Right, right, that was
Why-
By
it.
the way, you guys see my
There's one that looks like a
you see
defunct
my
Bulbasaur.
chair right there, by the way?
No.
Oh crap, where is it? I might just need to make the chair totally be there. Yeah, it's totally there.
Yes, it is absolutely there. I suppose everyone went for the for the alcohol then.
There's literally an entire bar right there.
Well, yes, but I believe Echo told them to go upstairs for it, so they did not know, most probably.
I just came down here to vibe.
I feel like this building is full of alcohol. Like I've seen bottles everywhere.
Well, of course
on
it
every
is.
floor.
It is a hotel. Of course it'd be covered in alcohol.
So I just went to the quietest place.
Oh, okay,
That
she's
water relaxed.
walking away.
That is true.
I was going to sit down, but I guess not.
You're close. You're almost to marry someone. You're so close.
A single cup of coffee. Thank you.
I don't need much.
Oh,
From what I heard, technically,
Oh, everyone is up
technically,
here.
if you wanted to, I heard he could change what your makeup is.
Oh,
Still
that's
talking about Alice?
I mean, yeah, he made that body for her.
Yeah.
That flesh golem.
Oh,
Oh, you were talking
So-
about Alice.
oh.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Ellis also
Yeah.
made his current body.
Indeed, he is quite good.
That is
Yeah.
wow. That is certainly an accomplishment that I don't think I can fully grasp the true depths of.
Yeah. If you want to
Kise
come meet
is
him,
very
I
lucky
can
in that.
introduce you. I can introduce you to him. I see him at our guild Stardust quite often, and we're
there
meeting
we
up
are.
tomorrow night. So just let me get a hold of you after this, and
higher
I'll
ceilings
see
here.
about getting you in.
Give me 1 second.
I'll see about doing that if I have the.
See something interesting, Echo?
Where did...
Oh no, I'm just waiting for I'm cooking to cook.
Hmm.
Oh, if you're looking for Kise, she's in
What is wrong?
Go for ahead.
Nothing.
I mean, if we're being technical, doesn't everybody have
Nothing's wrong.
Oh, no, strong, dear. Drink-wise.
Oh, sure, I heard what's wrong. Well,
That makes it sound like
I
something is wrong,
realize
however.
those umbrellas are annoying.
Oh.
Same with Ellis.
Glad I had these
we still only have the same ones from before. Not exactly anything strong, but
I'm technically on duty.
Oh,
Okay.
you always say that, but it does not
Yeah,
affect
you are.
you. At least the normal, anyway. Thank you, dear.
There are rules, and I follow them.
Yes, yes.
that is true, which is why I don't drink either. Unless I'm having a terrible day.
Oh, shall we sit down or are we going to stand?
Oh, sitting is wonderful. I was expecting you to go sit down.
Yes. Would you like one?
You mind seeing Miss Kise, please? Yes.
You are, sir.
Doctor, so I don't believe I introduced myself yet then. Tell me if I've seen you around
I've seen you around as well, and I also knew your name thanks to Wolfram speaking about you.
Yes,
and
continue.
then Wolfram and Kise speaking about you. It's a pleasure to finally make your
Of course not, only good things to say.
No.
And he only tells the
It
truth.
was actually only good things, but it is a pleasure to finally formally
That is true.
meet you and introduce yourself.
That is very true. I only speak the truth, Kise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but that looked a lot lower.
Hmm?
Yeah, see, there you are.
Especially when speaking about the matters that we spoke of. I'd say.
Hmm.
By the way, I'm making a big batch of mac and cheese, so I hope you're fine with that.
I will take it.
Everyone's going to have to be able to get a helping, so you can't just eat the entire thing, okay?
What do I look like? Some sort of mac and cheese dragon?
No, but you look like a
Ooh,
dragon
what
that
is-
doesn't stop eating.
Okay. I'm having
Should be fine.
apparently great deal of
wrong?
issues.
Oh.
I just chalk it up to sometimes furniture's haunted.
Yes, the
Apparently so.
especially here apparently.
And Jaden is up to something. Oh,
Apparently
he likes the mac
so.
and cheese. He very much likes cheese. He has always liked cheese.
What do they call that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, 100% yes.
Some mac and cheese.
I would be surprised if he was no Bake. Oh, here he comes.
What is that?
Hello, dear.
Hi.
Hello, dear.
An octopus? What?
Excited about the excited about Echo's dinner.
Admittedly, I haven't had mac and cheese in a while.
Ah. Oh, hello, dear.
Hello. Sorry. Trying not to bang my head on half the doorways.
Yes, that is the hard part. And once we get our proper guild hall, we will not have these problems for everyone. But for now, we have to rent.
No need to worry. Well, it's a lovely place you're renting.
Oh, indeed. Very comfortable.
Except for the cursed paintings. See, up here the paintings are kind of normal.
That
Yeah,
is
up
true.
here I believe it's
Shit like
mostly
that.
skylines.
Wait, which one?
Yes, and the basement
That
is
one right
where
there.
everything is cursed.
God fucking damn it. I spoke too
Yeah,
soon.
the ones down in the basement were a little weird, and then there's all the frogs in the pool, which I find pretty, cool and everything. But
I guess it reminds me of Kappa. Of course, they would invoke Kappa-esque things.
It's a fitting place for frogs.
No, they do have the very Japanese garden
I'm gonna
in the
head out
middle of
there
the
and find a seat.
Oh, that is
in the
true.
middle of the hotel, which is weird.
Oh, there's a
Alright.
outdoor area over
Well,
this
we'll
way.
take it.
Behind the umbrellas.
Ah.
Fair enough.
Came this way. I was able to dodge.
Climate controlled.
I don't know why someone put umbrellas up here, but
They make for cool decoration.
It in the field so I can just cut it all up, put it in a bag of holding behind.
Well, you don't see many of the more eastern plants around in the other locales.
No matter how big it is, I can just.
Whether it's the temperament is too much, shifting. Look at the Orlando Soccer, it could be storming to snow to sunny within a matter of minutes.
Oh yes, those weather weasels.
That
whatever
is-
it was.
Yes.
Always it would start to rain. Suppose I do not have to worry about that too much in the flesh golem now.
Hunting animals, plants,
Was problematic for my friend Bishop. He can't handle moisture well. So he has to always have an umbrella or something with him.
Some kind of what do they call them? Synthetic.
Refuses to upgrade to adapt. Something that he did not create himself, therefore he will not use.
I can understand that. If you created it yourself, you can trust it more.
5 minutes left on that.
Well, since starting to come here, basically every time I'm headed to the specific portal gate I need to go through.
I find it oddly refreshing.
Of course, I always have to go through, and...
Really?
How do I put this? It could just be my line of work these days, but been a lot of doom and gloom temperaments, you know.
Oh, yes.
That-
I've noticed that quite a bit.
I can completely understand.
But there are enough
I
places
used to
where
be
war
the-
is the norm. We may as well make something different.
I used to be the captain of a guard of a town. It was attacked quite often. And there was a lot of doom and gloom on a consistent basis.
Morale was an important aspect. People don't fully realize till too late, they say.
Yes.
But most of my associates are not like us in the regards of combative type soldiers or what have you. So they're kind of thrusted into things. So they don't have that mindset. So that doom and gloom is different. And just low morale.
Yes. Sometimes I forget not everyone is like us.
Sometimes I find myself confused in conversations. I try talking to someone about it. They explain something to me that, due to, I guess, upbringing, doesn't faze me. It sounds something very just typical or plain, but guess it's lost to modernity, I guess.
Yes, I completely understand.
Go on and enjoy yourself. Miss you.
The amount of times I've
It's been a while since you've been able to, so.
heard someone complain about something, and I was confused because it was a non-issue to me. Like, it was a simple solution. But I guess it was... Sometimes I still don't understand it. Hello, Shade.
Having fun. That looks wonderful. Oh. Oh, thank you, darling. Oh. It was for so good.
With my cat brain,
Always get stuck in my teeth.
Well, yes, there's that, but that's
Yeah.
a challenge. Luckily, not too difficult.
Though I also count a lot of things to my age. Being too old to, I guess, have the patience for some things.
If you are curious, this is my head, although I have a helmet on top.
knowing how a lot of my first conversations go, probably about me just being a cat.
Can I touch?
I do not mind.
I know I am.
Big oven mitt.
I do believe Shade is one of the most, how to say, most interested in learning out of all of us, I would say.
And wolf half wolf brain.
Okay.
Whether about herself or others.
I always found things odd. Used to work for a guild myself. But soldiers and adventurers don't really mix. This would be the best way of putting it. So when issues were arising, myself and some of the older folk saw it as non-issues, while normal members would see it as something quite problematic, and vice versa. Something we'd see as issue they would be unable to perceive. Not blind to it, but having the sight for it wasn't there.
Yes, adventurers I've noticed tend to have a narrow mindset. They see their objective. They find the fastest way to do it.
Why do you want sulfur?
Any issues that arrive, they don't have a plan for it. They execute it with reckless abandon. And they don't think to have any kind of foresight into what certain things might cause and how things could be problematic.
I had a sudden feeling of deja vu right here. I feel like this has been a conversation before.
However, I wouldn't particularly blame them for being narrow-minded or narrow-sighted with that at the same time. And it's just a matter of upbringing. They did not receive trainings or harsh lessons like others have, where mistake led to you watching something that would be quite traumatic. We're still able to learn from older folk and take lessons and such. I know with the guild I was with for a good point in time, we gave lessons, teachings, even basic combat stances. Anything under the sun. Magic, bestiality.
There you go, dear.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, darling.
This place is not totally friendly.
Just anything that we feel with them. Friend of mine, old colleague, ran a college of sorts, and we'd even outsource using their place for teaching.
Technically, I am a head of a department, so I can happily take it from you once you're done eating.
I never found myself to be a particularly good teacher.
Oh, likewise.
Would you like a plate?
I think the best way I suppose you could call it teaching was to have someone watch me and how I did it. And then we would spar if we were, since I worked with guards, and while I held back, if they managed to best me in a way, then they learned. If not, I would have them repeat it until eventually they managed.
Yeah, just like you guys know, Echo's got some mac and cheese if you guys want something to snack on.
Perfect. Thank you, dear.
Didn't you want some?
A couple months back, a new guild was founded called, Stardust.
I've heard of Stardust.
I paid a visit with a colleague of mine to train them in sparring, fight myself and him.
And I'm very, I can only spell, fuck it, I'll do it myself.
Here's the plane.
Here's
the fork. You're free to go. Do you want one for?
Thanks.
But that is my max.
Han, did you want some?
Sure. I'm a common rider, but my
Yeah.
Here's a second plate. Fork. There you go. Be careful holding both.
Yeah, I know how to balance plates.
Mentioning it anytime I said the phrase.
It's not you that you need to be careful of. It's other people running into you, as you can see.
The reason I was carrying those.
Here's a plate.
It is the
One very small scoop. Here you go. One.
Basically, a person who rides a motorcycle is someone who rides a motorcycle, transforms into an armored hero of justice, and kicks bad people. And
Because you're fun to tease and you're my friend. I tease my friend.
Yes, yes, you do.
Enjoy it.
I was extremely hungry.
What are we having?
Marshall,
Got a lot of money from
gave
it.
them a, well, I might say Marshall, a hand-to-hand,
Sorry to hear that.
close quarters. I gave them a bow and said, as long as you can point and release, you're still helping. Yes. And less likely to get themselves killed.
My friends and I, we value that it's a quote, better to have a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yes.
But that mindset's not for everyone, so it's one of those, don't want to say take one for the team, but if we think that way, others don't have to.
Yes, that is painfully true.
Just imagine.
Plus, it kind of helps getting those like-minded folk together. Kind of,
Would you like some mac and cheese?
don't want to say helping hands, but, like how I said, adventurers and soldiers don't mix. Soldiers and mercenaries don't mix either. So it's transitioning from fields of work are rough.
How much? Small amount, large amount?
It also helps that to know, especially if it's like-minded people, that you're not alone. But I've seen some of these mercenaries, and I would call them more bandits than mercenaries.
I appreciate it though.
Mercenaries.
Morality to the wind.
Mercenaries, I'm going to sound terribly old, back in my day, had at least a code of honor. Some of these mercenaries just seem like they enjoy killing things just to kill things.
Seems mostly
Or
like
kill.
many of them treat it like a game of some sort.
Would you like some mac and cheese?
Yes, there's no honor
People were taking selfies
in anything that they do.
during that whole dungeon.
How long have you been hunting?
You might have
Remember the one that I did?
Roughly 20 years, around the time I turned 10.
Desensitized.
So yeah, I'm 30.
You see so much nowadays.
I must have found 4 that I have been hunting since I was...
Just as example, hear stories of things in the past that have happened.
25?
Outbreaks, different wars. They just become jaded almost.
So 15
So
years
you
of
get,
experience?
now that these dungeon runs or expeditions happen, people treat it almost like, not a joke, but
go down the level.
they pale in comparison.
Come with you can.
so they don't take it as seriously.
I would have done it sooner, but
And if you're not taking something seriously, especially when it's a dungeon, or you can get yourself or others killed very quickly.
Big thing I've been seeing recently, people forget about traps.
The guy who created me, I basically just decided, yeah, no, I'm leaving.
How's your situation?
And then just
If this is too long, battlefields are fighting in a city. They never had to think for that in quite some time.
Though I act surprised, but I should be glad, because then that means my village is safe.
How much have you actually lived?
Because we have traps set up all over that island.
well, I have gone entire summers in the wilds, but I had to go back to society for schooling and things like that.
Makes sense.
Now I don't get the chance to do that kind of stuff anymore because I have to work and
Maybe there needs to be an education on
survive.
p-
And I have
proper
custom to be with people, so
adventuring, I suppose.
You're fine. I'll have to walk
Make them. Common is so
Well,
difficult.
I haven't exactly
I'm thinking something dumb of even just a pamphlet.
cool stuff.
Reminder there might be traps
I've
just
learned quite a bit just by observing.
Yes, like the do's and don'ts of adventuring.
Here's your pamphlet. You're about to go into this dungeon.
If you sit down trying to kill someone like an adventurer, they're not going to take all of it. They'll have that mentality of, who are you to tell me how to operate this way? I've been fine so far.
To be fair, I've seen the same
True.
thing from some soldiers that would come through the Okian.
different than everything else.
Right. It's just a common headspace of
An example I give to
just more so ego or pride than
mechanical, I can give them some
And that's the one thing that can kill you.
and I'll always tell them you should probably talk to an actual mechanic though.
Faster than most things.
You can try this, but an actual mechanic would give you a better answer.
And boy, do I have the scars for that.
If you're returning the plate, I can take it.
But,
and also the glass.
most of the
Actually, that's the reason why I have a
to do.
very bad injury to my heart.
I had to do literally everything for basically all of the groups.
When
So that's part of
I challenged my Jarl
I hope you continue to enjoy
I literally had to
yourself.
hack for the hacker.
for, well, it was a home gang.
My job, so yes, I am.
Well, at least your experience. That's good. Good thing, I would say.
The terms were to the death.
Barely.
However,
Can't actually cast any spells.
when I beat him,
Channel my mana.
I stayed my blade. I told him to get up and leave and never return.
I don't actually have it on them.
since to the death.
See her eyes start to glow green, and an orb.
Well,
A bunch of motes of green.
I made the mistake of believing him when he said he was going to. I turned my back,
And nature and earth are finished.
and I got a sword through my, well, back through my chest.
I was assuming that you were.
The blade nicked
I am nature-based as well. Or well,
my heart. However, before I went down, I took my axe and I drove it through his skull.
But I do have to update it because I have became a warrior.
My sister was the one who actually saved me. She took me to our,
Serve the spirits and my patron.
people call them now, I guess, a witch, a seer,
Sorry, continue.
for the common.
Actually stops channeling the mana.
Yes, she and
Orange, yellow.
my uncle, he was a berserker. They both together used magic to heal me.
Yeah, at some point, I'm hoping to learn how to actually channel my mana into people to possibly boost their body to do whatever they can do, but better.
Though there was some opposition from some of his old guard,
Like, an example I was thinking of.
but I didn't let my hubris.
The actual mechanics of it is basically the same as a human
I
healer, except fast.
didn't give it a second chance to get me killed.
Human, say a month to heal, I'll heal it.
I made an example of the ones that didn't listen
Over the month, I take.
and threatened to kill me.
I need to eat a lot.
So I had them blood-eagled.
That seems useful.
Yeah.
That was...
I am not quite sure how it will work
God.
out if I'm jump-starting somebody's body to do it so
30...
faster. But my
35 years ago.
the same stuff I am.
For me, at least.
So the nutrients that they would have used over the amount of time to heal the wound is used.
I was...
Something like that. So...
different back then. I was angry. I was...
that process happening, then yeah.
I became ruthless. I lost who I was.
Definitely a really good healing spell, but also decent downside of that.
How similar you and I are. You're scary.
That's all just me making theories
See?
about actually
This is why I
able to
said.
do it yet.
Well, I am
Very familiar with losing yourself.
I may be able to
I'm not denying. I heard on something similar, not the home gang for
enhancing magic.
challenging a Jarl or such, but retaliation against an attack, and I just kept going. And didn't stop.
I could take you up on that.
Kind of lost
My
myself.
whole goal of learning magic was because, as I told you, I literally had to do everything for every group I've been with. I was thinking, you know what?
Paid a price, and then,
So they can do all the work.
started working with what I had left.
Make them better so they can do it themselves.
Here I am, politician for a city.
There's everyone sitting over there.
Look how far I've fallen.
I was going to say. See, darling, you are never getting into politics. That is where I am drawing. Well, technically, you are your, but not like that.
My dear, I was going to say, I'm a Jarl. I'm technically involved in politics.
But not the same way. Nothing involving.
Know how to.
I do have to admit my politics is different than what you'd expect. I let the businessmen do their thing. Someone breaks something. I'm the one that comes in.
It's good.
So,
Yes, can I say? I would say your village is much different from that very large.
Hopefully you find more
I'm sorry,
people
darling,
like
but
that.
that city is a shithole.
And I hope that
there's no fixing it. I've tried my best so far. There's nothing I can do.
You at least sound competent. I haven't
It's like they're setting up a levee against crashing waves. It will hold for some time, but
I don't judge until I actually see them in action.
From what I understand, another... From what I understand, the other councilmen don't exactly do anything to assist with not making the place a shithole.
So, the way it is, it's like, view each district like a city-state. They can function independently. The other councilmen are trying to take each other's districts pretty much.
That's all I can do.
I am the only non-businessman at the table. Everyone else deals with fashion or banks or what have you.
Well, the way I
I
track
deal
mostly
with
was sent.
securities and armies.
I know the
Ah,
tracking that basically
the warrior at the table with a bunch of merchants.
seeing the tracks on the ground, other
Yeah, that sounds like
animal
hell.
remnants.
No, I...
So I tell them I don't care what they do.
But I mostly rely on the scent of smell.
Don't make me get involved. That's how I'm able to just walk the streets and not have any issues.
Well, needless to say, they're not dumb.
Glad you used your
Well,
strength last
yet.
I can smell from pretty far away, hear from pretty far away.
Though I never fully trusted merchants.
Well, when you're in a forest,
A lot of honeyed words and empty promises.
so mostly rely on the smell. And when I get closer, sound.
Back to the politics if my wedding goes through, hopefully. I do have his permission, Volley. I'd be considered a prince consort.
I don't remember if I said this, but I feel like I
Oh.
probably would have.
So technically that puts me above you.
Meta-me conversation.
Well,
Like any other wild big cat.
I can say there are much worse people that could be in that position. That just means
I think you did
very basic but effective.
Many people in those positions are
It's not work. It's not working,
as they were.
Do you use any weapons? Or your natural abilities?
well,
These are my weapons.
I'll be the first to admit that
The way I see it, weapons.
the whole reason why, one of the major reasons why I challenged my Jarl to the home gang was because
You're not always gonna have your weapons or armor with you.
he was wanting to
Without them, you might be dead.
reveal our village to
Fight with the least materials you have.
the king. Yes.
That's actually a complete sin.
My clan, the village was two rival clans. We decided that it would be better for our survival if we
Namely,
joined.
take absolutely no skill whatsoever.
So we did.
Special ability is just aim, pull trigger.
After a time, my mother, who was the lead, wanted to
Way more damage than your
stop. He always, our Jarl always offered our people, my clan, his clan, as tools of war.
In my opinion, anyway.
Well, my clan started to grow tired of the constant killing and the death.
Oh my god, I can tell that.
At least
The gold was nice,
the actual strength for that.
though
I'm not the strongest, but I'm strong enough.
such things tend to wear on one.
I've been debating
This is
on
a bit of
getting a
heritage
ranged
talk,
weapon just
darling,
because
so
I'm cat, I fight on
maybe of
ground.
interest to you. I know you
Want me
are.
to-
Curious about such
If I
things.
do,
I'm very interested. I just needed to make sure if it was private or not.
No, by all means.
put a rock in, swing around, and release.
You're talking
So-
about wealth in an essence, I'm assuming.
Skill and aim.
No, we're
From
talking
your
about.
homeland?
A lot of
We're talking about my village, yes,
very strong.
and how
It's a very
things were ran by the previous Jarl.
takes nothing but natural ability to master.
So my mother demanded to put a stop to it. We wanted to
It's basically as
do something more, to be
own physical body
something more than just tools of war.
while being able to hit something you can't actually.
My Jarl laughed, but to save face, I suppose, he put her on a. At the time, we thought it was possible, but looking back at it now,
Things that I
a fool's errand.
what I fight the most of.
She was to travel the world,
Least favorite
find connections.
Just and fight like you actually
Princes, kingdoms, secure trade routes to the village, so we can have some kind of sustainability, and he would stop.
I believe that every creature should use
Well,
whatever they have.
my mother and I, well, we traveled. She visited kingdoms, but they looked at us like we were barbarians trying to snake our way into stealing their treasure. They didn't take us seriously.
That's true, but
They
as a summoner,
laughed us out of the town, or they tried to force my mother into a wedding.
attack and bait.
And then she kicked our ass, and then we were thrown out. Eventually, we were attacked on the road.
I'm just like, if you're going to fight me, then fight me.
My mother went missing for
But once you damage the wings,
several years, and I spent several years looking for her.
looping in,
I eventually found out it was my Jarl
and then they can't fly away. They basically
who arranged the whole thing.
after that.
Was he afraid of that the attempts might actually be successful after a time?
Yes. He was afraid that if my mother actually succeeded, then he would be losing prime real estate rating the surrounding areas and ships. And if he could weasel in...
Not attendance, but I forget the word in common.
If he could weasel in a deal with Isidel,
Within the wings.
being mercenaries for them, he would even have even more gold and become very powerful. I think he planned to potentially maybe one day overthrow him, but someone that slimy dreams big for a small man.
Ethan's just gonna die in one hit. I don't typically go for the weak points just because it's not as fun if you just completely debilitate them.
But yes, that once we took care of him and his old guard, I'm sorry, I just started rambling. I don't even remember why I was telling you this story.
Sorry. Something to eat.
I came in late, so maybe context would be good for me
Do
too.
it as quick and as painless as I can.
See, we're discussing Isidel. We're talking about the different things and such shit. Changing it to the times pretty much.
Right.
I've seen non-violent creature.
Oh, right, because we wanted to stay hidden. We didn't want to reveal ourselves because we didn't trust.
You see, the himbo brain comes back in.
We didn't.
At times. At other times, completely himbo.
I've experienced a lot of things in my time, my dear. It's hard to keep track of. And I've taken, unfortunately, several blows to the head. But that could also...
But you should have seen him almost a year ago at this point. You did not have any of these memories.
Like to torture the prey.
Yes, they
I will admit I sometimes do that with the more powerful.
came back, I guess, with time. When I first came here, I actually suffered a severe head injury. I forgot who I... The only thing I could remember was who I was and that I was running from something.
If I may, why when we first met, you were called
Make it think that it's gonna be me when it actually didn't. Get it to charge at me.
Yes, that was when I started recalling.
Stuff like that.
I met, and then around that same time when I started remembering things, I started running into people I thought would have been long dead, though I'm not surprised, considering he's a vampire.
am very bad at phrasing things, so this is probably sounding a lot worse than I actually mean it to.
Mr. Heinrich.
It's kind of like an emerald to me.
What are you going to show?
What I can definitely say is
That makes sense, honestly, given.
Something happened, you know, like talking about it.
as I'm getting out of playing tonight.
They kept that ever since.
They're definitely trying the same thing with me.
I remember him from his earlier days. I think he was still in school at the time.
Just went for fun. I use everything.
That's still fuzzy, though.
I either use all of the parts
There's no
or
going
whatever I
and getting
can't
more
use
headaches. That has not come around for a while.
Yes, those are obscenely painful. I may have an answer.
For people like the village you had, what would they even do with wealth? A lot of currency is also dependent on how much you can spend it, otherwise it's just hoarding literal coins.
I don't know who Jason is, but
Apparently one of the newcomers has never known
the glowy wolf boy.
Generally, it varies between the Jarl. For our Jarl, it was, he believed, wealth meant power. The more he had, the more power he had.
Okay, Lulu, hang on. Relax for a minute, everybody, okay?
For me, I never cared for it.
What?
We continued to raid because we needed to survive.
right now?
I worked my ass off trying to secure trade routes in my mother's place, but if I'm being honest, I can't remember if any of them panned out. I know after a while, I felt like I could leave for a time. I left my sister in charge while I
Whatever size you
traveled.
I can handle.
I talked to some nobility, merchants. And the next thing I know, I'm here.
I read up a couple of books recently, and I've tried to procure more. And I've noticed a lot of different, slight consistencies, but ultimately differences between how people both spend the wealth, the purpose for achieving raids, and the differences in their honor. As in, like, honor between battles, honor in bloodshed, honor in dying in battle.
Taking out a knife?
Yes.
Yeah.
I assume you can, you're not trying to...
More or less. You'll find that most of us never feared death. Because we all knew we were going to die. Why fear with something we can't change?
It's just a carving knife.
I know a lot of people fear death before battle. Not a lot of them want to die in battle, and that's oftentimes why they raided so much.
Oh, no one wants to die.
You see that she begins carving the...
Perhaps they were fanatics then.
Somewhere.
From tiny times.
Yes.
Depictions of marks on a man's body. It's called a Valkmutter. It's a 3 triangles. Lots of times you'd see it over their heart. Was multi-purpose. Sometimes you'd see things like that. Their heart belongs to other, or he guides their actions.
What would you call it?
But
all of it in,
it's a hit me here marker.
With the spirit's energy.
A lot of people have the indication of dying in battle so they can go to Valhalla.
Yes, Valhalla.
Attempted battles that, well, didn't allow for much room for peace.
Because if we died in battle, we would have carried it off to Valhalla. Where we would eat, drink, make merry. At the end of the feast, we'd go fight. We kill each other, rip each other apart. We die. We wake up again the next morning. We eat and feast and do it all again.
You're welcome.
Oh, yes.
It's my job to help people with stuff like that.
A lot of people with that hope don't exactly make a lot of room for the peacefulness in it.
And loss.
That's from what everything I've seen.
No.
Loss and fertility. So
Which makes it curious. If your village believed in any similar sentiments, and that's why they raved for war so long, or whether or not it was just Aural's intention to continue
things like that.
in that line.
Teaching my lady how to play video games, and she just you carved a thing for me.
My clan,
Pulls out another piece of
we did enjoy fighting. Let me make that clear.
takes her claw and starts.
We reveled in it. We fought and we enjoyed it. However, after a time of constant fighting, we just...
Over time, you'll see
We were tired.
Shape of an elf.
We wanted time to settle down, raise families, teach them how to fight so they can do it too. And then maybe, if we're lucky, we'll die in battle, go to Valhalla.
Hello.
Certain someone
We-
knows he's not allowed to go. Valhalla, no. No dying. The only one who has a soul is me.
That is true. Though, my previous Jarl, he didn't care about anyone but himself. He cursed the man to never go to Valhalla, as he stabbed him through the heart.
You'll see it is still very accurate.
He denied him his afterlife.
If it was this accurate, this fast, you can only imagine how accurate it would be.
He was a despicable man.
You're a very good carver.
Deserved a long and painful death rather than the quick one I gave him.
And, as you can see, I prefer using
Well,
my very...
as they always say, purpose first, satisfaction later. He needed to go, and there cannot be any haste
It just feels more natural.
in that.
Oh well, the haste being, if I didn't kill him, he would remove the sword from my chest and I would have died.
It's yours.
Exactly. Better to not risk it, as one says.
Presses her thumb.
Fortunately, I've learned recently of what happens to me when I die, and I'm not exactly liking the idea.
Oh, where are my manners? Gildir, this is Zante.
For me.
Pleasure.
No problem.
I've been told that we are to have much of a conversation going in the future.
That's what I've been hearing too.
Balance, that's all.
Whenever you're ready, of course. I'm not
Son,
gonna.
are you?
Could you repeat?
You're not my long-lost son, are you?
Is that something you're worried about?
I know who my dad is. I know who my mom is. Hopefully you didn't have a lot more sons and have a line that I'm not.
But yeah.
Yes, I know. I just have no idea what Nordic side I'm part of.
There's like a whole other group. I didn't know the knitting club was over here, my bad. Hey, what's up?
Oh dear.
Listen, our sweaters are almost done. You can't interfere with us now.
Honestly, I am
Oh shoot.
in the group. I think
Sweater
that
talent.
having
Alright.
Is that
I
how
do
it
miss my
works?
flannel.
shaman
I'm gonna get it.
that
Huh?
specializes in
I was wondering if that was how it works. You can suddenly
Sensual
summon sweaters or
would be
something.
helpful.
I would not expect. I have heard of something
remember,
called
like,
coffee mancy. I would not be surprised if there's sweater mancy.
Isn't there something that makes magic not happen here or something?
No.
Not to
My
my
flesh golem
knowledge.
would not be able to work.
Just don't go crazy, otherwise you'll have me on you.
Oh, well, hello. I'm security.
Hi. I would just summon a sweater, but I can't do that because
Well,
between me, you, and the
Should
walls.
we allow
my
that?
orc-
Should we
my-
allow for sweaters? I don't know. It seems a little dangerous.
I mean, as long as you're not throwing fireballs at people, I don't see an issue with it.
No. So here, I'm gonna let you know a little secret. My orcish magic is bullshit. But it's totally real. It happens all the time.
Yes, I see. Well, obviously you need to talk to Eyes more. Eyes could give you some pointers. He's quite good with his magic.
Real major.
I don't have like a big connection to the weave, but that does sound like fun.
Oh, indeed.
Except for totally my sweater magic.
Definitely goes blasting off cursed items. I'm still surprised you did that.
However,
I'm gonna wiggle. I feel like
I don't know exactly how.
Honestly, I don't know where my energy came from.
I'm
allowed
told
to do
there's
sweater
plenty of
magic now.
caffeine
They
around,
said
given
so.
Jaden was running around, so I'm not surprised. Have fun, dear.
Yes.
It's called the room energy.
I'm sorry, is that a fire elemental walking through the building?
Oh, they were
Or
around.
did I...
Were they not around last week?
If you need.
I have no idea.
I believe
I saw them
someone
before.
like that.
I never questioned that.
Okay, as long as it's not an
Anyone else I would
issue.
question
It's
about
done.
Are you
Under our
finished?
guild. Fire elementals are part of the speech.
Oh, okay. In my defense, where I came from, fire elementals were
I'll be honest, some of the things for example,
Not all that different from me either,
complicated.
if I'm being honest with you.
spirituality, but it's
It's not common that a fire elemental is... I don't know if sentient is the right word.
They're as sentient as a pissed off bear.
Yes.
Well, actually, I wouldn't. How do I best put it? After I've learned to speak with animals, I question nothing.
Okay, this is without speaking with animals, of just angry.
Yes,
absolutely.
If they need any plants, minerals, animals.
What was the topic of conversation again? Right, I have Nordic in my heritage, and I'm trying to learn about it, because I don't know why I was never raised upon it.
Well, most places looked upon us as savages, barbarians.
I have not a damn clue. Not a fucking clue. They could be. I don't know.
Like the rest of my species of a lightweight.
But
Why do you think I'm trying to learn more?
understand you get suspicious of free things.
Apparently, the only thing I know is that my mother was some sort of champion to one of the gods.
Payment that I'm getting is compared to.
Which one, do you know?
I don't need
No.
anything else, but
Again, this is that only one singular phrase written in one of her journals is the only reason I've even figured out about it.
What about this? You give me
Goodness, all these gods being so secretive.
to carve, and I teach
They
you
don't know
magic.
how to get proper
Sounds like a good
worshippers.
However, I have
Yes.
a theory given my sister inherited her lightning. So I have a large hunch.
I'm happy to
Well, it could be...
But what about this?
well, honestly, it doesn't quite narrow it down a lot. A few of them use lightning quite a bit.
okay.
Better a few than nearly all.
Well, the two...
There's very large supply of bones, though. There's
Odin or Thor. Hopefully it's Thor.
so that I don't kill the ecosystems where I'm hunting.
I can guarantee you at least it's not Odin.
Oh, thank goodness.
But
Cryptic acid.
This is a shot in the dark with an off chance you might want to prepare for it. There's a perception that Jotnar are not just viewed as giants, it's like another clan of gods. Similar to the Aesir and Vanir and others, too different.
I guess
deviations since the gods war with each other. There is a yogi and Yarn Sasha. They control the lightning and wind.
I hadn't considered that.
Why don't I give you the directions
It's
of
just off
my
chance.
house?
But that would be if they refer to them as a god. I highly doubt they confuse a yogi for a god.
Unless there were some, from what I understood, very small that worshipped Jotun as such, but generally that was frowned upon.
The most I figured out is apparently my mom was a part of some sort of Nordic-inspired family, if not directly Nordic, because she does have that in her genes, and as do I. And it's imperative that she had passed down her genes to my sister, which then I actually tried to look up why the fuck she has so much lightning. Which then I found her journals. And apparently she was a part of a war between two Nordic families that's aged up to the point of... Well, you would have been today's age, but apparently those two have stopped for some reason. I know very little.
I know that sounds bad.
All I know is before my mom was waging war against another family, and it was apparently a very big bloodline war.
Yeah. From what I had been getting every time I did see him.
The journals contain the names of them.
But he's...
She's left it very, very well encrypted. I'm still trying to learn the Norse language in general to even try to decipher the rest of it. There were names, I can't read them.
There's 6 different dialects.
You can see why I've been having issue.
That's why whenever we've gone out and you've had me look at any of these runes or whatnot, I've had issue with translation. It's hard.
A lot of it is, hey, this rune looks cool, and they just said, hey, bless my farm.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, it's been cattle wealth. It's like they have this giant, massive sword stuck in the ground, and it's just a massive stone sword, and it's like cattle wealth and
just like those
rock or something. It makes no sense.
I don't know if they've actually moved in yet. I just know that he invited.
It's 9 times out of 10. It's not even
taller than me, and then
other people. It's someone saying, "Oh, this looks cool."
Imposters with
But-
their cursed weapons.
Well, I didn't know about that, but it's good to know.
Somewhat. I can tell you those stones that they're letting us Saka are genuine. They are actual for protections and wealth opportunity.
Next time I could bring my sister around, actually. She does have some sort of marking that has been passed down from my mother. Apparently I'm supposed to have one too, but it's never shown up on me for some reason.
I can visit whenever.
The stones at Orlando Saka, they make sense now.
I guess now you have another reason to go there.
You have no idea how.
Upset about that.
I couldn't think of why. It kind of made sense because of but it just makes sense now.
You
are adorable.
2 weeks ago, I didn't
You don't know how many times I've approached people and they would have a tattoo of runes across their chest, and it's just gibberish And they're like, yes, this means like
he ever did to me.
My darling,
wealth or
do you know how many people I have walked by, either in that city or otherwise, that have calligraphy characters from my homeland that mean absolutely nothing together?
Can handle being surrounded by so many.
Hello, darling.
no idea, no.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's funny.
But when in reality, the tattoo, they just thought it was look cool.
I'm not surprised. Yes. Most of them do not even know what the kanji means.
You should see that with Elven script or Nordic script.
Get a good stream.
That happens
Good.
all the time with humans. They do
It's
that.
worst. I didn't get to tell Masao that we didn't need those potions because we went out as a group with the Mars.
I find it irritating, but what's the old saying? You can't. I forgot.
As far as physicality. Physicality to me.
I think so. I don't remember what the sword had. It was just a large stone sword sticking out of the ground. You know, the one back at the cabin.
Hello, Zante. Good to see you, darling.
This might sound weird, but that almost
adequate enough. How about yourself?
I could interpret that as a curse.
Sounded very solemn. I
Actually,
passingly well.
Considering that staff, that was very good.
But I'm thinking of the rain for
For the time being,
this also means I'm moving.
I'm a bit paranoid of going out in the hut, but I'm doing my best.
yes, actually, that makes sense.
Yeah, that made everything very... It just disoriented me and my spirit.
Yes, it triggered a certain someone
Yes, that was terrible.
that I thought I hadn't considered that it was a curse. I just thought it was some gibberish.
Potential that they were trying to make it mean something and it backfired.
Yes, we have.
Well, I
Practice room magic without fully
understanding.
Consequences if they misinterpret them as right.
That's good to hear.
Well, there was this giant sword. It's down the road from our cabin. It was like it looked like a Jotun slammed it into the ground. When we approached it, it felt like the color drained from everything, and
That's very sweet of you.
you could feel.
So close to it before it repelled us
It was worse than
completely.
any electronics for my kind.
Yes. So whatever they did, I think they succeeded in the curse.
Brain died for a second, kind of.
So that leads me to the question. What do they refer to as capital?
To do anything special tonight.
Very good reason to see out and back. Well,
That's concerning.
take care, dear.
Whatever it was very big.
Also noticed a different kind of sword of the same type, actually. The exact same type, in fact. But this one wasn't activated for some reason. This one was just stabbed in. We think that whatever is fueling this thing is still going on for the one that is activated, and the other one simply had ran out.
Or they would have failed. Because there's multiple scattered across. Perhaps it was keeping something in.
Get
Hi.
myself situated.
It might be a fence of some kind.
Oh god, that's a very large fence.
But yeah, as far as the
actual...
Are you doing well?
Yes.
The swords are quite large. I would argue larger than most houses.
If something happens and something happens,
I'm happy to hear.
not something I'm gonna be for you.
One was larger than the entire set of ruins. It was a multiple-story house.
You're the go with the flow kind of person.
Though whoever it was, it seemed like there was an arena, and I think in the same area we found that
Depends,
sword.
why do you want to or need to?
Yes, that was
I
called a
think,
moon bridge.
Just curiosity.
yes, they
My life basically consists of hunting.
seem to be really obsessed with the moon.
Very often just running around different forests and jungles just
You know, you can sit on my lap if you want to.
If he feels very warm, then she feels very
I think that would actually make a little bit of steam.
These large swords were scattered about these ruins.
Interesting.
Ruins. And it seemed to want to repel us, or keeping something in.
Do you want me to teach you how to conduct the spirits of nature?
What is associated with
I'm naturally very hot and warm. Seems you are quite the opposite.
what is obviously haunting?
Yes, I was. Yes, it doesn't make sense, because that's what I was thinking.
There is beyond gods their soul for the sun
very
body for the moon as well.
balance of nature and all that, but
Oh,
I
that
don't
makes
know
more sense.
how spirited
I don't know much about either of them.
Pleasure to meet you, by the way.
My lap is right here.
Yes.
Could you repeat that?
I myself am not too familiar with them. Or if I am, my memory is failing.
Okay. Hello. Do I need to say the part, or can I just say shade?
balance of everything kind of religion, for lack of a better term. So,
Well, if it was keeping something out, it's no longer there. And seeing as how I don't think anything world-ending has happened.
I think you look very cool, Shade.
Shade
I've been to places that I only have like
Seal back that
vague info
stuff that we found.
pretty much every
So you are.
I don't know
Yes, which
about anything, 'cause, like I said,
housed
been basically everywhere.
obscenely powerful magic.
So, when you travel, someone
Yes, hello.
Which
but not the entire
could have been what that they were trying to prevent
You
people
see
from
steam
getting to.
rise as they make contact.
I'm from Japan, but as you can definitely tell, I watched a lot of my,
Maybe it wasn't something.
Source of dark magic.
because I've traveled so many places.
What did you say? Zante! You said that that stuff had an ability that was similar to... It was like force magic and darkness of some sort.
I can never reach the victim.
Force and darkness. The only thing I can find comparable to as some sort of description would be a black hole.
Oh yes,
Kise?
I'm not sure what that is.
There was a new member here, and they had asked me if there was a place to smoke. I told them about you and
Do you like one?
and your name. So if they
Do
come
you
find
prefer
you
cold?
later,
Wonderful.
Okay.
Excited.
I just wanted to let you know, so then you knew if someone came over who was looking for you.
Oh yes.
That most likely.
Perfect. And this is the perfect angle to just jump back into my normal body if I need to.
Here we go.
Unless.
He said when you got by the swords, yeah. Colored green, yes.
Yes, I think the term was monochromatic.
Close to singularities.
This guy's gonna recognize that something is causing the heat to dim, so it's actually gonna get a little bit warmer. Like he's a little bit of a heater right now.
I see.
Listen, you know you do it until my leg starts kicking. It's involuntary.
No, it's adorable.
Well,
One of my colleagues has a singularity in his chest. If I get too close to it, I stop seeing color.
By the nine! That's quite something.
I very much do not like that. We are sealing that thing as soon as possible.
I'd be more comfortable with finding a way to destroy it, if I'm being honest.
If it's just your natural cold,
But it
that's
feels as if that is
taking
not
more
something that can
warmth,
normally be
or
done. Can singularities
if
be
it's from
destroyed?
contact. Interesting.
My dear, it's magic. And from what I understand,
They cannot be destroyed.
So sealing.
It's similar to curses, sealing it, or moving.
I'm sorry.
Moving,
well,
yes.
from what I understand, we currently have
Bad
it.
sensitive. It's just sometimes weird when I
Because
feel
we
something
removed
wet
it
on
from-
my nose.
Yes, I believe Zante has been looking into it.
Wow, that was a joke there. You just completely missed it.
This is the thing.
I'm very tired.
I technically own the land that we found it on. And I gave it over to Eyes to secure it for the... At the very least, we place it within the guild.
Oh, what pops out?
Make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Given how powerful it was.
Is this an offer?
Yes, we believe
Exactly.
that's what happened to the last person they came across. We were following his notes on the various
Your
areas
sketchy's too
that they left,
powerful.
but that was
How
the
cold
last
does the
one,
popcorn
talking
feel?
about where we found that staff. But it was resealed, so...
Something I'm used to.
No word from them after that, so they either left or something
Puts on his tongue, it slowly melts a little bit.
Bugbear knows what it shouldn't have been and got themselves killed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hello, Eyes and Findlay. How are you?
Hi.
Hello. You going to a disco
I
later?
believe she went to a private room.
Oh, this is my work outfit.
It's just his suit. Yes, it's a lovely suit.
I can't poke fun at.
Don't worry, Zante, your own mac and cheese for me.
I made sure it was bulletproof. Aurora made it for me.
Before putting his tongue
I
back
think you
in.
ruined it for yourself. A little bit.
Okay, a little bit.
I haven't done it in a very long time. Would you like to see something that's notable?
Mac and cheese.
Fuck you.
Alright.
Fuck about cheese and mac. Great ass bitch. Don't you start.
Hear a notable crack as his jaw unhinges.
I want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride.
Ow.
What did you do?
Until you try it, okay?
Yeah.
Before you even start. No, you do not need encouragement from those.
Well, I've heard Bones
Eyes knows just about as
pop at my time.
as you do. Remember, I used to live with him.
Didn't think about how
Always. I never got used to
One
it.
time I thought he was gonna scold me for
Tastes
having
different,
porn on
I
my
don't know
phone.
You seem fine with it the one time where when I was back in
Okay, girl,
the
you'll get it eventually.
cursed version, and I did not quite know my strength.
Calm channel conversation out of context, and I said on something, sorry. Hiding something
Do you eat popcorn, or are you able to?
inconspicuous on my phone. If I thought it was just porn.
Oh, nothing. She was saying nothing. You were saying nothing.
Yes, nothing, not at all.
Constant sending music.
It's a lot of porn, but it's just porn.
Dragon Slayer.
Listen, I'm just saying, all I know is that was a time I ended up being a grandfather from it.
These are very
I only
salty.
picked up your phone once.
What?
I actually haven't seen it that much.
Son-in-law
Call me Spider Dog.
his wife's with child
Sparkle Wolf.
due to a Halloween curse. Byproduct of them being together during the curse.
Oh,
I see.
I never even considered that.
Would you like to try something besides popcorn?
Neither. Neither have I.
Alright. Very aware that I'm this warm, so Better hurry
Of course
before
not.
my body returns to normal.
No. Of course not.
Nothing, just me being cat.
Definitely not.
Very comfy.
People are just opportunistic.
I didn't say anything.
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh.
I absolutely said something.
Oh.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yes, it is. It's most certainly fine.
The belly. Around the belly button area.
You're cold?
You don't need any milk
Ah,
on
the
you.
best part of the girl.
I'm going to behave myself now.
No, actually, that is fine now. That is still strange to me. If that is just fine now.
What is he looking
You're
at?
just walking around. That is also fine. So many taboos from 700
Just
years
dirt on your
ago seem to no
face.
longer be a thing.
Like a toy.
It's a what?
Like I do to Jerry sometimes.
2 arrows.
Yeah,
At least for
stop
my
looking like
kind, we are not
finger.
allowed to
Freaking
show ourselves
flipping your
to
hair.
I don't know if I'll
around.
gain any nutrients from this, but I'll give it a shot.
No making Hanya with the
Hey, at least I didn't try to
Hold
stick my
it on
finger
his
in
tongue
your
for a
hair.
little minute. And you do notice that it is warming up and almost growing a little bit like a vibrant reddish color at the bottom.
Don't try doing that to... Yeah, I don't like everyone else either.
I mean, there's still some that are traditional.
It's gonna take a minute, but it will start to indeed,
Yes,
like,
none of the
coat
other yokai have been
liquid
able
on
to
his
tell me
tongue.
anything about when things change.
Is it cold at all?
That's why.
I know there's some I call them cousins of mine.
I don't know.
It just slowly converts to liquid. It doesn't taste good.
But I don't remember exactly.
Miss Shade, here's a cold beer if you were asking for something that was cold.
Woman?
Yes. Don't drink it, though. I don't know what that would do to you. Please do not drink it.
I heard beer.
Don't worry, it's for me, I
They
think.
do not
Here we go.
make master craftsmanship items anymore.
Here we are.
Yes. I said the word beer,
I
dude.
found
Are you
one.
okay?
Exactly
You notice
one.
that he's storing the liquid in his mouth, puffing on his cheeks.
Yes, it is
I
terrible.
have girlfriend
Stay
little
comfy,
thighs
buddy.
and pillow.
The cheap peasants.
I thought it was funny.
The pun masters of separate games.
He's blowing warm steam in your face.
Yes, we.
You fucker!
Are you mad?
We made sure of the.
No, he's blowing steam in my face.
Yeah, but that's besides the point.
You fucker just got uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't partake.
I can help with that.
For a cat.
As a cat want to make fun.
Ugh.
Don't equate.
Oh yes, you do the magic there.
House cat that's good. I'm gonna pawn on this.
Look, hey.
There you go.
Trust me, Zante, that whole
Thanks
situation
for
is
calling me
complicated.
down.
Darling, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I just don't like to be talked that way by a cat.
I know. Trust me, I get it.
Cat means chaos. Cat means chaos. Puns give a lot of
Oh.
varied reactions.
I've cooled down a little bit. Alright, there we are.
Yes.
Originates from the
He's less like a heater, more like a little warm like before.
whole that
Speaking of when,
No.
I have two things for you. First things first,
How would
my friends and I have found
from the word
The longer periods that I'm cold or incredibly cold, the more my body will attempt to heat me up to keep me at my normal temperature.
You silly.
And sometimes my internals get the hottest at that point.
Of course, yes. That sounds exactly something I would actually honestly need. I haven't been able to do anything like that.
let's bring you by. Happy birthday.
Oh.
Don't laugh, it's not my
glad
fault
you're
you're
interested.
comfy.
Oh, that sounds
No
lovely.
one particularly owns this land. There's a nearby village.
Strange hair comes out of
Villagers
her
don't
very
venture out that
small
far.
wristband.
Very small what?
At least you're not randomly picking a
Wristband.
bird seed wherever you go.
I think you had Kise at Hot Spring.
He's gonna smile a little bit. Feel my hand.
They're quite nice.
Are you able to feel
There
it?
we go.
Wrap around one of the fingers.
I think recent wedding.
if they wrap
Mac and cheese.
if they wrap around any of the fingers, at first it feels like flesh. Then you notice it can actually tighten, as if it's more like jelly.
Works for me later, since whatever's not eaten, I'm probably gonna eat the
And then
rest
you'll
once
feel
I get
bone.
home. I don't know.
This is a way of putting it. They rescinded that claim,
She's going to put a little bit more pressure on it.
which is leaving not the
You just feel like you're wrapping around a bone now.
But with this, my fiance's children, due to Vali's, as we were called generosity, was bestowed on land, fish, and other things as well.
When I generate enough heat or utilize it for different reasons, every now and again my normal flesh will dissolve as if it's material. This is the primary hand I use for that. So you get
I set up.
parts of it are
That's why I had to do all the trade agreement stuff. Was with Fable.
still a little soft.
Ah, boring.
Good person.
He loves his paperwork.
You should ask them.
Oh yes, I had to do so much paperwork just to get that stall that we carry him.
I'm so sorry.
I think he's non-binary actually.
Well, I just doesn't care.
Why are you so
He's
adorable?
right there and
Somebody's
listening,
at the
so
stall again.
I'll just ask him.
I'm literally right here.
Why are you so handsome?
Ask me. Sorry.
I have a question.
Fine.
So,
Are you against me?
what are they? They're gonna
What do you want to ask?
the words.
Like, if you
Are they supposed to fight their own mother?
Same time, I know you like how you
And
are.
just place his hand against, place his hand against the hair.
This period gets me all the credits to find all the stuff you want.
It's cool. It's almost like
However, it is proving to
the
be
surface of jelly in a way.
unnecessary.
Even if you don't get it, you're
I doubt after finding out
A little bit.
my fiance's engaged with me.
You're fine.
It just means
Ah.
more for you.
Good.
Wise on their part.
Yes.
Applies more pressure.
Well, it's more so
He will
for you to marry into that family. To obtain their name formally, you have to undergo a trial put together by Volley. Volley mentioned to me that he cannot put together one for myself.
Something they call me royalty.
Oh.
Therefore,
Interesting.
I've already proven myself, and then that word travel.
I'll do my best.
potential surgeries that trans men can have.
Right.
Is it not lovely just having the word of mouth take care of things for you?
Getting all the silly bit.
Would you like some?
I'll take it. Makes things easier being honest.
Precisely.
Yes. Especially the less you have to deal with Volley, the better.
So why not be lazy? You can be lazy.
It's strange.
I find enjoy laying on your lap and sit up so you don't fall asleep.
The old me.
Yeah.
Ah, is that someone that
Also, my leg's falling asleep.
I see. I've heard he has changed with time.
Understood.
Do not wish to call him an old man.
Jaden, can you think of anything else we need besides coffee?
Tig.
Not that I'm aware of.
We're holding on to it.
So his heart thawed.
I think we just need coffee.
Go that far.
He made it.
Metaphorically.
Because I'm gonna start heading on out.
Sigurd.
I'm gonna way home and grab some coffee.
Sigurd, I'm sorry. My mind's been a little bit
If either of you
crazy
think
as
of
of
anything,
late.
just shoot me a text and I'll pick it up after.
Yep.
I was curious. Is there
Y'all have a good night.
rules against talking about more personal stuff
He's just really nice.
in private at the MMR here?
He's my business partner, actually.
Not to my. As long as it's not illegal.
Looks imposing,
Well,
but if you're nice,
I don't think what I'm doing is illegal.
the most nice,
Then there should.
caring person you
I'm
can
going to say as long as.
Cities.
As long as. As long as you're not discussing murder or crimes, then it should be fine.
I don't know, would we?
In some way, shape,
Even more than Echo does.
I don't think so.
That sounds a little like one of my senpai.
Oh, is it what I think it is?
What are you doing, Zante?
You know,
You should be fine.
a few days ago, and apparently
I
this time he had actually
trust the people here not to spread word. Not that I think it would leave these walls,
Trust
but
is one thing, assurance is another. I'll take it
yes.
to another floor if we do.
his alchemy.
Most life forms.
There are private rooms should you need
Oh yes,
to have a
anyone who
private
needs to stay
conversation.
here for the night could just grab a room. Ours is 3.
And though at that point, what you discuss in that private room is no longer guild concern.
Simply do not lock your
Fair
bodies
enough.
in the room.
Yes.
Your body would still probably benefit.
Would you be willing to talk on it soon?
Imagine it's not quite the same.
I'm busy sitting here relaxing.
Oh, yes, this is
Fair enough. Would you want to be there for that?
I did enjoy just relaxing in my jungle.
I can be.
One, that one's there, and that one's Questions, Zante. Does this involve stuff you asked my help for, or is it something else?
Lots of animals surrounding us.
Something that you volunteered for.
The predators had basically
Fair
made a
enough.
circle around us to protect us from
I
anything.
don't know if you need.
Well,
Alright.
before this starts sounding Mothian-esque, wanna go have that conversation?
Yeah, go into a private room for a private talk with a councilman of a city. Yeah, that already doesn't sound mafioso at all.
Actually, I would like you there as well. Just to
With a
discuss
man
this too.
dressed as me, I believe, what is it called? A Yakuza.
Oh, Yakuza.
I was going to make a comment, but I thought it was too, on the nose.
The only thing is, I'm not
Yes,
a Kinka
given the
Kiseiru,
position
so that
of
does
the-
not work entirely well. I'm the wrong type of Kiseiru for a Yakuza.
Well, my dear, I suppose we have a conversation that we need to have.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of voices and my head's been fuzzy for as of a good 5 minutes.
I was gonna say, if it's not volunteers, we're probably gonna talk about this later. You guys have your talk. I'll be around for now if you need me.
Hello there.
That jungle, though.
Hello, Shay.
Basically, the animals
High
there,
five.
whenever I'm there, they treat me like I'm the alpha.
Another pebble.
I'm enjoying this. I don't get to talk about
Someone just tells me.
Hold down on my tongue.
Glad you're enjoying yourself at least.
Give it a minute.
See, special niche.
The pebble starts to glow a little bit red. Eventually it'll start to melt.
It's uncommon, but it's... I would like to use to talk to someone about it that's not like... Napoleon's greetings.
Okay, now making me drink a second thing does not taste good. I demand a drink.
Ah, yes, the wandering Valkyrie.
Myself.
Thank you. Apologies, apparently I had to do some party tricks.
And then the predators are also like more It's just a really good time.
Thank you.
Ah, I see.
Oh,
Priorities.
Trees, lots of
Okay.
free areas. It's got
No
everything.
terrible idea.
It's very, very light beer. Butterbeer to be specific.
Alright, come on.
They will just. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. If we're going to have this conversation,
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Anthony is beyond
You
my
said it's been
limits.
too long since you've been to a forest.
I'm off duty.
Granted, this is a jungle, but my contact is public, so if you want to come visit, if you haven't been to a forest, just
Come.
chill.
What? You don't want to hang out with me? Or is it because you're always with me?
Come here.
You was talking to the others.
An elevator stole my fucking drink.
Poor dear.
sentient.
Oh, no, yeah, I'll burn the hell out of it later.
The question is, where's its stomach?
I do not
It
wish
is
to know.
a stomach. Is anybody in here? Let's find out. Well, doesn't look like it.
Perhaps not. Echo has used this in the past, but that was last week.
Finally. One that does not have bloody colliders. I hate those. So much. Right. I guess suppose anybody could sit where they may.
I might stand if you do not mind. I've been sitting most of the night.
You're completely fine, but it's been the opposite for me. So, you said that we would have an interest in conversating with each other, but we never had the opportunity to elaborate why.
Well, there was obviously the idea that you were interested in their culture, but also the fact that he has quite a bit of information on people that we are trying to deal with.
The dragon hunters and children of Siegfried?
Indeed.
Yes. So far, I have raided 2 of their warehouses and destroyed 3 convoys.
Impressive. I have a long, elaborate plan to help deal with them, but before I get into any of that, as I've done with every single member who has done it, that's not a part of rescue team or among everything else, and considering I don't even know if you're a part of that, I have to actually ask something of you, a promise before I disclose of any matter of this. You are to not talk about a single thing disclosed here.
Sure.
I'm not going to be dumb enough to threaten a council member.
Is it just verbal?
I don't want any names or attributions as to what I'm about to tell you to be worded to anybody that I don't know. Again, plans and everything else only work if only the people intended to know. So, to elaborate, I have 2 teams that I have accumulated to deal with the dragon hunters, and a very big wide plan that 2 teams correlate to help. One is rescue team. They're mostly the people who are sent to help rescue anybody being attacked under the dragon hunters that we can know of or have communications with. And or say the dragons are being attacked at a town or somebody is being under sieged at a location, we can help defend there or evacuate. That's what rescue team's entire ordeal is. Then, of course, I have offense team. Made to basically use my guerrilla warfare right back at them after they've been doing it so well. I have set a series of traps that they are so lovingly falling for. And trust me, I know they're falling for it. And when the time comes, I'm going to spring it with offense team, and they are to kill as many of them as they can. Take their bodies, take their tech, and take any vials of their poison they may have to see if it's adapted at all, so that we can continue to make effective counters to them. After that, a series of traps will have to be reevaluated. I expect more than one trap to work, but I don't expect them to be dumb enough to now report to every call. Which is why my next phase is actually to make a fake base of operations. This unnamed group suddenly having a outpost, so to say, and I'm going to get that to word out. It's of course going to be a huge trap. I'm trying to force them to use a trump card. Somebody's supplying them with gear, somebody is giving them things, and I need to know what their strongest outlet is. That way, I can make an effective counter against their trump, before revealing the rest of my hand. That's my current set form of plan, and I have many methods to continue and reevaluate, none of which are completely important compared to the grand objective. After all, there could be, 3 or 4 ways to complete the same thing, but ultimately how people do so isn't as important as it getting done. clearly am a little involved in them. And thankfully, they have never even heard mention of my name or any members of either team beyond already attacking some of them.
That is where you and I differ. When I show, I announce my presence. They have a section of their cult that specializes in dealing with corporations, business owners, and politicians. I'm forcing that sect to interact with me. Due to being councilman.
If I'm being honest, I'm kind of counting on it. Somebody needs to go loud, because it points a little bit less fingers at me.
Well, we conduct ourselves in a similar manner. I want them to know I'm coming for them. Until I
Good.
start hunting them.
All that's important is not too much information is spread before offense team can make an effective move. I'm not looking for one place being smashed and destroyed enough to the point where they can just move operations, no. What I want to is as many of them to fall and force them into a point of negotiation. The reason they've been so free to do things is because they have somebody backing them. I don't know who, I don't know what, I need the information for that, but that'll come in time. And because they haven't had enough consequences to their actions. Clearly not enough of them have died yet.
Now I can tell you something I've witnessed. There is a town that Fleece and the other Dragonkin like to assist. They all have bleeding hearts, and in my opinion, it will get them all killed.
I've seen it. I've seen how they conducted it. If they attack there currently as it is.
Orders that town. Backs children of Siegfried. I've gone through there. I've had hundreds of soldiers pretty much aim rifles at me for sympathizing with the Dragonkin. I was doing it again as display of my involvement. It was all intentional.
Can I be honest with you?
They even had low altitude near spacecraft as well.
The state of their town and area of that. I can understand their willingness to try to help people, of course. They're caring. I'm a little caring myself. The difference here being that town is the least of their concerns. As far as I've seen, the dragons there and a lot of others, they're unorganized. And knowing dragons, they're very prideful and are hard to work together. Very difficult. It's why I'm having to do what I do. Because I know that factor, if the dragons are the only thing going against them, they'll die. Quite frankly.
So we're in similar boat, I take it then.
Yes. The way I work is far coordinated. I try to keep a lot of the members of like rescue team on the very much so down low as much as possible for their protection as well. After all, being a lot of people have a lot of enemies. You as a counselor should understand that as well completely. The dragon hunters are the least of your enemies potentially. A lot of people have a lot that they have to deal with. It's why I'm trying to conduct it in a way where a lot of people won't be caught in another mess that they can't escape from. But the dragon hunters, when I can for them, offense team's a little different. They're meant to be intimidating. They're meant to be the ones that put the heads on the pikes, as you so lovingly said, to make a message. The clear message of, if you continue to conduct yourself like this, and to slaughter them as you see fit, you will be made as an example. I'm not going to lie and say...
Well, they chose the wrong woman to try to kill.
A lot of people have a lot of good reason, me included. I know that my reason isn't just for the source of my heart. I care about a lot of them, absolutely. But a few of them are fighters. And many of them tend to involve themselves in things. Some of them they can't handle, but that's for their business to handle, since they've involved themselves. It's the ones that aren't fighters. The ones that tried to reason like I did used to, a long time ago. And they still tried to kill them. That's not something I can so easily accept. There is no... How do I put this the best way? They're taking pride in killing those who never intend to fight back. Spilling blood that only have innocence upon them. That disgusts me. So very much. And they're taking pride in it.
Dime a dozen.
That are willing to attack a woman on her way back from a shopping trip.
I can do you one better. I was 13 when I first encountered them. The girl that I was with was no more than 11 or 12. I tried to reason with them. Yes. And I had to be there with her when she was going through the poison. That night is the reason I'm doing what I am the way that I am. And the only thing holding me back from some of my methods is the factor of my allies and their care for certain things.
I'm going to be frank with you. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to tear them apart. Limb by limb. And if I have to resort to more persuasive methods to get the information we need, then so be it.
2 things on that note. Number 1, I don't care what brutal methods you utilize against these people. Your offense team, you're not meant to hold back. Number 2, capturing them won't work. It never will. Their tattoos will attempt to kill them. It is a cult. I'm gonna say it as it is. They're not a group. They're not a coalition. They're complete, maddened people who put tattoos upon themselves to kill themselves should they ever be captured.
So we
Find a
burn
way
those
to stop the
tattoos
magic from the tattoos working.
There you go.
And then we can get some information.
The only thing that we're not targeting is families.
This is where I may be able to, assist a bit. First things first, I am actually friends with a defector from the Children of Siegfried. He was a necromancer that made a contract with them. To help him achieve his goals, he had to help them amass units. He was part of the Dark Branch, their foot soldiers. He defected and is now giving me information that he knows, as well as helping me break the code of their communications. When we raided one of their warehouses, we took their communications equipment, as well as short-range radios. Whenever those radios have chatter on their frequencies, we know they're in the area, as well as their general communications. We also have a name of a second faction of sorts, an acronym known as OOS, that is acquiring Children of Siegfried property and has been hindering them in almost a custody battle of assets.
Interesting. I have a question. 2, actually. Number 1, this informant, has he explained how he's managed to actually utilize and do this without being killed off by the tattoo? We don't know what completely triggers it, but clearly it's formulated. Does he not have one?
He used to. I remember a found a way of removal. But it
Then we
worked
need
for
to know
him
that
due to
information.
his, necromantic touch.
Damn. Not everybody can exactly prelude themselves like that. I was gonna say, if there's a method we can replicate, we might have a way of actually getting info.
Wait, were you
There's
saying
more
there
than
was
just the tattoos.
a rival group
Some
of
of their
sorts?
suits have
Yes, the OOS.
So, my informant actually raided that warehouse initially, stealing it of units that he could use before his departure from the Children of Siegfried. What happened after was OOS took over this warehouse. When I went to adventure it, I was not meaning to go in there guns blazing. I was mostly investigating, and I saw it crawling with Children of Siegfried units.
Crawling.
Mostly Earth branch, so they're mechanized and tech-based.
The ones who shot me in the face, more than likely.
Yes. Confused because there were ones that were helping us suddenly. I woke up to someone.
I think they were different.
There could
Yes,
be
that
this
is what I'm-
OOS.
Yes, that is what I'm curious about. Do you know what they look like? What sort of colors they wear?
I know next to nothing. Besides their name and that they exist. They have been very quiet and discreet, unless they're going through with proxies.
There were definitely ones in strange blue armor with golden glow. But they were definitely on our side. They did not say who they were.
I remember hearing Silas speak of this. He was uninformed as well of who they are. I do know that Silas is able to sometimes mimic the credentials of Children of Siegfried operatives. I've seen it done in the field.
Well, they are one and the same, these groups. At least we know there are some allies out there, though it makes it more difficult when they keep to themselves completely. Making
Aware of how accurate the info you're getting from these radios are? Or have we a way of checking?
All the files that I have were things that we downloaded off of a computer that was in this warehouse before we destroyed it. The communications, however, I am still working with my informant, making sure none of these are feints.
I see.
Is why I haven't really acted on it much, as of late. As well as during the time that communications were active, I was succumbing to that Thorn's curse. I refused to conduct business due to it. Case of jeopardizing operations.
Smart. Smart but frustrating, considering lack of, well, time lost. Though that entire month was a bit of time lost.
Went for that warehouse, there was next to no casualties. From the footage that we received from the computer, when anyone pretty much fell to the ground, it was almost like they were beamed out.
Short-range teleportation, perhaps. They might have had aircraft or a temporary base of operation.
Fight was nearly one-sided, OOS kind of stomp.
Which now makes sense, actually. And I think I kind of get why they're using guerrilla tactics. Before, they didn't have a procured meaning or reason to. It was always effective, but not as far as they could ever utilize. Now that we know that they have a naturally... Exactly. Now that we know they might have been worried about causing more attention from the OOS, it makes sense. They were trying to avoid attention from them so they can continue to operate. That's why they go so quickly and so hard, instead of a prolonged combat. They can't risk an outright confrontation.
So potentially anything we do. Potentially anything we do, they'll think it's the OOS.
I'm not
We can
entirely
use that to our
sure.
advantage.
Yes and no. This is on the pretense that you leave no one alive in your attacks.
Oh, I don't plan
Again,
on
you
leaving
could be...
anyone alive.
And that's part of the goal. But keep in mind, we also have to make sure that we attack quickly ourselves. If they manage to call in that it's you, any sense of OOS communications is dropped. They'll know it's another group attacking.
I've been working with Mithrak personnel to pose as raiders on their logistical routes. With these files, I found where they were taking some convoys. Mithrak individuals were jumped in Zafira, protecting one of their co-workers, a therapist at this dragon camp. To help them get even, I give them the information, and I've been saying, have fun. When you see people wearing gas masks and random paraphernalia, it's hard to identify.
I've been working on something lately. Something for these operations for offense teams, since they've been graciously giving us so much time to prepare. It's more of like a dead zone. A way of disrupting any sorts of long-sense communication for a temporary amount of time. This prevents them from calling back and reporting who is attacking. It won't prevent them from knowing that there's activities, because any sort of sense of knowing that they're under attack, it won't protect against that. But it will prevent them from communicating through radio. However, this also means the same for OOS. No one will be able to call in from the OOS because, well, that area would be essentially incommunicatable once you're inside that zone.
Well, we've been working on something. Something big.
Point is, the goal has not changed at all. We hit them very fast, we hit them very hard, kill them before they can call in, and report as to who's attacking. Keep them busy. Offense team is meant to take any heat off the dragons as well, by appearing as if something's becoming a bigger threat. Now, I don't think it's exactly an unthinkable thing as to what my goal is. I don't know how widespread these people are. I don't know how far they're going, and I don't know if this is their only base of operation is in the areas that they are actually based and staged at. My goal is to drive them away from the dragon's territory. To force them to a means of negotiation. And I'll take almost nothing less than surrender. They are not to conduct...
It's starting to sound like a Norseman.
Maybe there is some of that more in me than I thought. A lot more. Either
One
way.
of the branches is becoming sympathetic. The fire branch, they specialize in putting out quests for guilds, for dragons destroying towns and such. Even men like Higgs have done business with them. They have visited Dragonspire before, offering not assistance, but they disagree with what the rest of the group is doing.
There was a recommended...
has been intentionally ignoring fire branch logistics and only hitting Earth and Dark.
And two things on that. Number one, it has actually been suggested by one of my own team members from Rescue Team. They want to do an infiltration mission once they find an actual outpost of the Dragon Hunters. Record information on site under the pretense of local news to help aid the Dragon Hunters. In which case, they'll go in, record what they need to of whatever horde crimes they're committing, and publicize it. Potentially giving Fire Branch more public knowledge as to how far they're going with who they're doing it to, on top of giving more publicity against them. Number 2, in terms of this Fire Branch, for rescue team's sake, considering how I know them and how kinder they can be, I would like any indications of what Fire Branch might look like. I don't know if it'll be as open and upfront.
Literal fucking cats. They will come up to you as a cat and start talking to you.
Plenty of cats have smoked me. I do not believe any of them were dragon hunters. That is very hard to figure out.
That's very good to know. But
Cat came to Dragonspire and gave one of us an earpiece for one of the members of Fire Branch to speak to them.
when it comes to offense team, I will make no promises. Their goal is there, and their goal is there for a very good reason, and that is objective to kill as many as they can. If they know any better, they will not get in that team's net way. Again, we don't know if they're defecting, and until I hear the actual words as such, they're still free game.
Besieging the base, don't ignore them. If you're raising it, raise it.
So long as it's aware. My patience for any of them had died quite a long time ago. As I've said, to force them into a point of negotiation on my terms is my entire objective. To drive them out is my striving achievement. The methods, the only signs of restraint I will show is towards their family. And that's only for the factor of proving that I'm not as much of a monstrosity that helped cause their issues to begin with.
I suppose that's where you and I differ.
So what would so?
They tried to take
However,
my family from me.
I'm in the business point of decisive endings. I don't want to leave anybody another grudge to settle for any of my members. And it's one of the reasons I protect them so vastly. And it's
But
the
I
only
won't
reason
go
as to
seeking out the
why...
families.
Good. If they're brother or sisters on the fucking battlefield, gut them. That I don't care about, but going after any women or children, you're not to do that while under me, in terms of any mission I assign.
I don't go seeking out killing innocents. Until
Good.
they
That's
prove
why
otherwise.
What I like. But my intentions are made vast, my intentions are made very clear. What about yours? How in hell is your hand in this? So your hands
Consider
are...
the logic warped. If I kill a children of sacred member and their kid picks up that sword, I'm also killing the kid. I
Then
don't have
that
time
kid...
for grudges.
Then that kid isn't a kid anymore. Kids cower in the corner. Kids sit and they cry. Kids who do that have my sympathy. Kids like that, I might even deliver to an orphanage that I find good myself to make sure that they don't become the monsters anymore. But the moment they pick up a weapon and they intend to use it, they were never raised as a kid. It's just a regret.
Though, you say you don't want any grudges to be held. You realize that killing someone's father, and they have a child, that child will probably grow up with a grudge against the man who killed their father.
I think there's a slight misunderstanding there. By that, I mostly mean I want there to actually be an end. killing people's families, if they have a distant cousin, if they have a distant sister somewhere off, they hear about it, they want revenge and such. A soldier's a soldier. Soldiers die every day. Going out and personally killing someone's family, that leaves any other person open game for the same exact reasons. I'm not interested in a prolonged conflict. I'm not interested in someone else's revenge plot. They took something that I did not allow them to. They harmed something that I am very much so in hastened to protect. I don't give a fuck about their grudges. I give a fuck about ending them.
I will say some other bases that I have uncovered. Only reason we have not hit them yet is that they're in major, populaces, like inside cities. My people are not that discreet.
You don't work under me. Again, you're meant to be loud, you have to be. And when they're loud, then people have a chance to run if they're not a combatant. I make sure that anywhere I plant my fake dragons, they cause a little trouble, and if people don't run from that trouble fast enough, it's unfortunate. But they're meant to do what a dragon does. Take things, hoard things, and then just take them. I've specifically ordered it not to attack anything that is incapable of defending itself. But ultimately, it will do what I believe a dragon does. And that it has to be. I have to lure them after all, and it has to be believable.
How big are the cities?
This one was large, but I have a plan for it. I'm pulling a Zafira. Spark power outage. Mask it under a quote-unquote riot. Break it.
I was going to say if it's small enough.
The children of Siegfried and sympathetic. I have to make it look like a terrorist attack regardless. Rather do it with masking it under some type of dilemma.
I was going to say if it was small enough, I could just have a raiding party go deal with it.
Well, to be fair, we're taking their armor and equipment for a very good reason. One plan I had would be, well, if there's just a couple of people who are dressed up as them, have their communications among everything else. Well, a couple of small groups did run away from the battle in order to do a good retreat. Now there's suddenly a small uprising somewhere, Dragon Hunter versus Dragon Hunter. It makes a lot more room for, future planning. If we have a couple of our own to fake it. Make them paranoid. That's part of my plan.
Hopefully we can cause some sort of infighting as well.
That's an ideal start, yes.
Seems like there's already some
I was
of
going to
that, albeit not
fake an
very
infight.
well, given the fire branch.
I was gonna fake an infighting with some of their armor, but honestly, finding out it actually is happening only makes it more believable.
I have access to their short-range comms. We can mask patrols almost.
There's a lot we can
The
set
range
up.
on the short-range comms is about a kilometer, I believe. They're less encrypted. Also, their drones, their machinery, all remote piloted, short range. There's something out there, a station or something, or a vehicle that is housing the pilots, or the operators.
I know somebody who might actually be able to entail that if we can actually even get a single one of them out of the air.
I have 2 in my possession. One is dismantled currently to find manufacturing numbers.
Good. The other?
The other I have not touched yet that we're going to use for other testing. More so on the AI side of things. See how they tick.
Legalized nuclear bombs. Yeah, I hear you. How you doing?
If it has I think they called it a return protocol. If it has anything like that, it could literally return back to the original frame where it was casted from. If we can find any way where we get it near and close enough. If we could literally just find where it is, if we can find an area where, at least within radius of where they actually are piloting them. But we're making a lot of plans and a lot of associations in a very technically unofficial means. You know my intentions. You know what I want. You know how I want to do things. I know why you want to do this. And I trust from trusting my own reputations. We able to work well together?
So far, I like working with you more than Silas. I'll take it so far. Too many bleeding hearts, like I said.
Wonderful, look at that.
A bleeding heart
progress.
is... I like the bleeding hearts. I like to make it to where they can still have a bleeding heart while doing what I need to do. But the only reason that they're allowed to operate is because people like us do what actually needs to be done sometimes.
I no longer have a heart, but I never wish for it to bleed again.
Oh, I'm sorry. It only bleeds for one.
Oh, yes, but literally,
Vice versa.
bleeding is terrible. That hurt. Oh, and that constant
Yeah, that's true.
damn poison.
So does having your intestines outside of your stomach.
Yes. I never wish to see that again as well.
But if possible, we could make the first assault my trap. I'd like to go over it with you and see if there's anything you can entail or anybody you might have attached for it. Offense team is very strong.
Good.
Offense team is very great. But ultimately,
I'm gonna have so much
offense team's
cheesecake
objective
after the lobby's done. I have so much cheesecake
does
left.
not have as many side objectives as rescue team does. It makes a lot more leeway for however we want to plan something. Rescue
Do you
team
wanna
is
make
there
it
for a
look like
reason.
Raiders or bandits or what have you. Who better to lead it than a Viking?
With that being said, it is getting later and should not be all business tonight, as Geldir said. This should be a bit different
I
from his
was
norm.
going to actually say, that's the reason I say an unofficial technical meeting, because I do want y'all to be able to enjoy the night. Is there a way I can contact you?
I have a card somewhere. It's somewhere. There it is. Their number down is at my office.
Thank you. Also, goes without saying again, I have to be very sure for every member's safety. If this is ever to be discussed, no names outright mentioned, and do not use the name Dragon Hunters if you're trying to get a meeting about it, please.
Trust me, I know what the word tact is.
I have to remind some people sometimes, but I trust that for a council member.
Well, I started poking it around the meat rack, trying to See if I could draw someone out.
Are you trying me out?
Yes, to my surprise.
Look at that.
Not who I was expecting, to say the least.
It's
but
a-
a welcome surprise, to be sure.
It's a bit of progress there, yes. Honestly, I think it'd be more suspicious if people like you weren't looking to start a fight with the Dragon Hunters publicly. Given.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why I was being loud about it.
I'll have no more of this for the night.
Wonderful.
We have plenty of drinks and plenty of lovely people to socialize with.
Very much so. And someone has been doing too much work lately.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know exactly, Mr.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Also,
That.
I don't know if we ever had an actual proper full introduction or not. Zante. I've heard great things. A lot of them.
She's headstrong, and I don't think she should be so easily led on the security team.
Yes, my love.
She seems eager for a fight.
And if she tries to do so, then you step in and stop her. Until that point, you should not stress so much about it.
Someone very hasty trying to get into security sounds like a...
Do you think
What do they call them at the front of clubs?
It was I trust Eyes' judgment, but however,
That's what they call them?
allegedly she can. She described it as eating mana or what have you.
Eating mana. Oh, are you talking about Indra?
You can see my. Yes, you can see my issue.
Yes.
She's excitable. I'd mostly chalk that up from being from somewhere that's not completely having mana at all. But I do agree. We need to know more about her before she's even allowed for anything like that and give her time to actually settle down.
I'm going to keep my eyes very close.
Given how I've been effectively requested at this point to help deal with her issues in regards to that whole mana situation, I'll do the same. And inform me if anything should come up.
Yes, so those who are potentially strong in magic and need it to survive might give her a wide berth. Considering she's new to this world.
I'm going to see where her ticking point is so I know how much I can rely upon that later. Better me knowing what to do about it than someone who doesn't.
Call it my old age, but I find it hard to trust someone as excitable as that with newfound powers.
I don't think somebody this fresh off the gate should look into this kind of position yet, just personally. But we'll see how things go, and maybe things will even out. But, again, I'm not here to discuss business anymore for the moment.
Yes.
Stunning. We shall get there. Ooh.
You know, I was waiting for someone else to talk so I could scare them, but you know what? That's fine too. Boo. Bear.
What is...
Boo. It's Sapphire. Hello.
Oh, hello, darling. Why are you in...
I'm too
stuffed
sober
animal?
for this.
Gildir knows, some shit happened. I'm basically trying out new things to make it so I don't look like my construct. So...
I see.
So you chose Freddy Fazbear.
Oh, I have heard such bad things about that one. Back downstairs.
I'm gonna commit the bite of 87 and no one's gonna stop me.
Sorry, what?
I don't understand what any of that means.
Where is everyone? The pool?
They all may be down in by the swimming pool, perhaps.
Possibly. It was not my intent to make you all grumpy again at the end of the night, my love.
I'm fine. I'll live.
Well, it's not just about living. It's about living.
Yes, I'll be fine. I promise.
You swear?
Cross my heart and hope to never die.
Good boy.
Yes, that is the exact reason. I hope I never die.
Good. Because that is definitely not happening.
But yeah, whichever. Most people just like.
Hello, Finley.
Oh, hi. Hello, dear.
Hello.
Having fun?
Yeah.
I think so. Oh, wonderful.
I expect everybody to just use the short end because everybody always shortens everybody's names. So,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm fine with
you're
whatever.
not shorten my name anymore until you just get left with just the letters.
Kisegawa-sama, pleased to see you.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, dear. Having fun down here.
Hello, Vestra. Good to see you too.
I am a bit wary about falling into the water, but I'm getting socialization this
That's
time.
Kise.
It's a good idea.
Ask before you hop on them.
Oh, yes, no.
Yes,
I have
please
seen
do.
those things before. Electricity, no. Not even the flesh golem, I am sorry.
Don't worry, this one's very tame.
Kise and electricity don't mix.
Regardless,
They're very
preferably keep
chill.
them away from Kise.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Kise doesn't do well with electricity.
It's fine. It's fine. It's nothing against you. Hello
I
there.
don't think most people do well with electricity.
Have you thought about me joining the creativity department yet?
You haven't shown me what you can do yet.
Well, I could discuss you what I potentially have up and coming, if it is interest.
If you would like to.
Okay, let's move away a little bit. I don't
I
want
am
to bog
currently free.
conversation.
Oh, bye, Zante. It's not like I never get to see you anymore. He touches fingers together. My own abandoned by my own cousin.
And I can actually hug you.
Neglected. Also, he seems to be in high school, so I assume that means his friend is alright.
Oh.
Perhaps.
Any of you seen Echo?
Yeah, that's you. Okay.
Oh, Echo went home.
Different face every time, Kise. Same voice, same energy, though.
I was told about that. I left
Echo went home.
earlier because.
Damn.
Oh, Echo's left. Okay.
Oh, she's new. There are new faces today.
What is on your head? What is on your head? Well, besides the Pokemon.
It's a joke.
I know exactly what that is, but why do you have ears now?
The
They're
hood?
me.
Hood?
Oh, it's just accessorizing. I always wear things that look like animals.
Oh, I see.
Interesting. I saw the ears before. I
Yes,
thought you were
very
just trying to blend in.
interesting. Wow, if I was on Canopus, this would be blending in. Wearing a cat, girl, or boy outfit is the best way to blend into the crowd.
Sounds like a fascinating place.
Interesting. Well then, do enjoy that, I suppose. It is quite the outfit.
Yes, Heath.
Oh yeah,
Certainly.
I love it. Casual,
I mean,
comfy,
it's definitely
and
a change from the
protected.
last time.
I mean, the outfit kind of does
Look,
look like
man,
it's
I'm
one
on
from
security
Villain
now.
that's
I
cartoon.
have to be combat capable.
Oh,
True.
oh,
It
you're
does
really
pay to be
security.
combat ready.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, you can take off her jacket. Congratulations.
You can try on different clothes.
I wonder if the clothes would stay.
I didn't realize how far up that went.
I still haven't actually figured out
She's just
manifesting
learned that
myself
she could
either.
be corporeal. The rest seems great.
Oh,
Yes, good for her.
well,
I'm
that's.
proud of her.
It's good for her. Now
I
she
know.
can
I'm
do things
I'm jealous.
and stuff.
I'm getting a drink.
Every little jealous, all of a sudden it's...
That is a good idea.
No, you can. You're still the incorporeal, and nobody can touch you. Going to, but I could literally stick my hand into you, and it would not do anything to either of us.
I have a physical body, at least I have that.
I've not even gotten to meet the woman yet, honestly.
More, the creative department is very specifically for the arts, music, writing, painting, visual art.
There's a.
Hello. This is Vespra.
Donnie, do some of that for me.
They love to hop.
Good boy.
Do they have permission to hop if they want to?
Happy for them to hop. Just, I don't know how territorial Vandal might be. Granted, opposite genders, we might have the.
They're not immediately charging. That's a good sign.
Yeah, that's good. Might be because I have so much bug smells on me. Hey, buddy. Hello, friend.
What time is it?
Darling, do you think I have one of those watches?
By the way, come here.
No.
You are the one with the mouth
say
rock.
hello. Hi.
I know.
The Joltic, I know.
Want to show him? Sorry.
They're being friends.
If you're fine with it, can you raise your hand?
It's almost an hour over my shift.
Then Wiggly sass.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, luckily for you,
They're
you're...
cute. I don't always.
you.
I don't pet.
Off your shift.
Pokemon I first meet that are someone else's anyway, because I don't want to like. Yeah. I want to
Now,
make
I
her
always
nosy.
ask for... I know Vespra, so I kind of had to remind
Yes.
everybody enjoys the hop buddy, so I always had to make sure to ask for them.
Does yours do the electricity biscuits?
Body remembering things? I don't know.
Oh, how would you feel about going back to the room and relaxing?
It's my hair.
That sounds wonderful.
They like to do a little bit of a burrow.
I'm going to go tell Eyes I'm
Because of your little.
It is full music.
off shift.
Wonderful. I should get the bath ready.
Yes.
I'll see you there.
I'm leaving.
Already. Alright.
Yes, good night, darling.
We're kind of fine, Echo.
We are
He's
going
here
off to
in a minute,
rest.
But he's not here. We might have to
It's
do that
fine.
later.
It's fine. It's the thought that counts. Goodbye. That's fine.
Well, not on their own free will, anyway.
You all have a lovely night. We're going to retire for now. Have fun.
Oh, you as well.
Have a good one, Kise.
Pleasure meeting you.
It's a pleasure, dear. Have a good one. Remember, Orlando Saka, Department of Isekai, should help you out.
I'll be sure to visit there.
Wonderful.
I also wonder if my situation qualifies as an isekai.
Kise, do you know where Echo keeps the ingredients?
I assume it would be on the roof. Back with the drinks and whatnot. Behind the counter somewhere. He was making food up
We
there.
have a very hungry, currently human ghost.
Oh. Most probably upstairs then. Try there.
Okay.
Behind the
I
counter
will
should have something.
ride up with you.
Work. Finley needed help. Now, despite the fact that it is very difficult for the people that are very tall in here, this would be a wonderful version of the guild hall. Perhaps some of it can be enchanted to be this comfortable.
Yes, perhaps. Though I suppose we'd have to make a request to Mona.
Oh, I would hope she would not mind. Few of us can make some...
I'm sure.
I could transmute plenty of pillows.
That is true.
But for now, again, no focusing on work, and that includes the guild hall, though there will eventually be time. We need to talk about the calendar. It is almost the next year. We can make a calendar.
That we could. Though whatever happened to all of this work of talk or talking
That's
of
what I'm
work?
saying, for later. Not now, later. But now we relax.
Of course.
And throw it on the ground. Take that card.
Then I threw it on the ground.
In a part of your system.
Okay.
I'm gonna have so much
that's a
cheesecake now.
song
I
I
just feel
haven't.
like cheesecake.
Oh, cheesecake cake sounds delicious. Oh.
That I got a little bit of pizza left.
So does Pete. Now I want pizza and
Sorry.
cheesecake. It's fine. I got some pasta downstairs. I'll go eat some pasta.
That's also a good idea. Shed some of that. Alright, have a good night.
Though I should. Yeah, I gotta go take my dog out.
Yeah.
Good night.
Give your dog a hug for me. A good boy.
Well,
Good.
he's a good patient boy.
Good. Alright, good night.
Good.
Alright, everybody. That's MMR for the night. Who can I send you to? I'm tired. I am hungry. I'm going to get food. It has been a very long night. I will be back tomorrow for some... Oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. I'll be back tomorrow for some lying fork. Who knows, maybe I'll hit up the Wicarium a little bit, because Kise, like she said, there's a stall there with her name on it, and she hasn't been able to sell Kizami in a while. I don't know, we'll see. I'll see how I'm feeling, especially after today. There's so much to do today. But I appreciate you all hanging out for any bit of time. Let me get the thing up if it'll let me. I can't see where the hell the mouse is. Why is my mouse doing dumb shit? Why can't I... Oh, it's being dumb. It keeps getting stuck. Why is it stuck? Okay, there we go. That got better. Okay. Alright, who's still going? How about... It's difficult. Where do we... I'll send you to Ribbo. Ribbo's a good bean. And is still doing MMR stuff, so... Yeah, have a good night, Chaos. Thanks for being here. There we go, set that up for Ribbo. Yeah. Until next time, you all stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Bye-bye! Yeet.
Asexual, polyhedral dicer. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly throughout